radio for the masses.
Headline edition, July 8, 1947. The Army Air Forces has announced that a flying disc has been found and is now in the possession of the Army.
If the game is rigged, change the game. Game changer.
I occasionally think how quickly our differences worldwide would vanish if we were facing an alien threat from outside this world.
This is Fade to Black with your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
I need your help to get to the year 1985.
You're listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Good evening. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Bespoke radio for the masses. Today's Thursday, April 26, 2018, 116 days into the new year. Just 249 days left. We are live from a bunker somewhere in beautiful downtown Burbank, California. And I would like to welcome everybody listening all around the world, all across the United States. Hither and thither, to and fro, back and forth, up and down, east and west, north and south, far and near. This is Fade to Black for KJCR, the Game Changer Network, and KGRA, the Planets. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. What is cracking, everybody? How you doing? It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. The call-in numbers are 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695. You can follow us on Twitter at JChurchRadio, Facebook, YouTube. Everything is Fade to Black. You know what to do. Go follow. You can still like and you can still subscribe over on Facebook and YouTube, you know, for a little while longer. The Sandbox is hashtag F2B on Twitter. We don't bite. Come out and hang over there. We'll do about 3,000 tweets tonight. And join in on the conversation. We use TweetDeck, by the way. So jump in on TweetDeck. It is absolutely amazing. You don't have to update anything. It's just absolutely wonderful. You don't have to click, and it just runs through. So there you go. All right? And again, hashtag F2B on Twitter. And you can email throughout the show, Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. I'll get to as many emails as I can, Jimmy at jimmychurchradio.com. Just make it good, make it smart, and I will get to it. We got breaking news right now. North Korea's Kim Jong-un and South Korea's Moon Jae-in are meeting right now in the DMZ. Kim Fatty Fat actually put his feet into South Korea. Well, about a foot inside, but both feet were planted. He really did it. I saw it myself. I saw it live. Crazy. So it's going down right now. And where am I at? The thing is about this, as I'm watching, I'm just making sure that everything is up and running. Hello, everybody on the bunker cam. It's been 11 years. I don't think anybody since anybody's talked, I don't think any South Korean leaders ever set foot in, or the North Korean has ever set foot in the South. And to see that go down, he went in, signed the guest book. They had a little press conference. They shook hands, took pictures with some children from a little town in South Korea. All very impressive. I watched the motorcades today. It's a really big deal. I didn't think I would ever see this after all of the missile launches and nuclear tests and the rhetoric and just, wow, Now, could this, and this is my only thought on this, and we'll see how everything develops over the next couple of days, but could they get everything just solid? And maybe Trump won't have the need to go and have this historic summit? Could it all get resolved today between the two Koreas? Ultimately what's going to happen, I don't know. It's pretty, and when I say I don't know, what I mean is, are they just going to denuclearize and get their weapons out of there, allow everything to be, thrown on trucks and brought out and destroyed? Will it come down to that and lift sanctions and other things? Or could they unify? The two Koreas. That's what I'm saying. I don't know what's going to happen. Historic, though. It's a really big deal. Didn't think I'd ever see it. All right. Today is day 2 of the Onstellar testing. And the thing is this with that. I want to say a couple of things. Lots of activity and inactivity. So let me go through this for everybody out there who's wondering. The reason why there was a weird thing with the sign up had nothing to do with anything. It's too complicated. That's the way it appears because it's not working. There was a slight hiccup in the JavaScript, and it was causing this funky little loop going back. It shouldn't have been there. And they thought they had it fixed last night. And this was in the second email that was sent out. For some reason, some people got through it. Okay, some people did not. So that bug fix should be done now. So there is that. The other thing that was slowing it down had nothing to do with the servers, had nothing to do with what it had to do with it. There's so much activity on the site, and so many people making friends and building friends lists and stuff. There was this crazy little feedback loop that was going on between the messaging and your friends list. And just it's very simple, and people that write code and that understand these things, it was just constantly looking if certain people were online, which is not a big deal if you have 50. But when you have tens of thousands, right, not only active on the site at any one time, a few thousand to 10,000, but how many people registered, how many people were there that weren't there, that left and whatever, sleeping around the world. But and that feedback loop just spun up, and so that's why you saw your friends list and the messaging disappear, because they were pulling that back off and fixing different little things on it and configuring it. But it'll be right, and it might be right by the end of the day today. But certainly that's one of the things that was slowing the site down. Had nothing to do with servers or anything like that. And that's great news. The rest of things, there's all kinds of little hiccups, little things here and there, like I did a post today for the website tonight, and it didn't grab our Fade to Black logo. So we got to go take a look at that. We posted a poll. It doesn't have the poll information in. The poll's there, but there's no questions for the poll. Things like that. But what's really great and what's really amazing is the friends uploading, downloading, unlike, views, sharing, group pages, all of that stuff works. It's just absolutely astoundingly great. All right, so we just got, it's day 2 of alpha testing. So everybody just enjoy it, go and hang out, and there you go. We are moving rapidly ahead. I mean, it's at a clip that it's blowing our minds. We thought that we would not be where we are right now. Okay, so that's Onstellar. All right. Don't forget now, coming up in 4 short weeks, June 1st through the 4th, 2018. Contact in the Desert, Indian Wells, Palm Springs at the Renaissance Resort and Spa. Go and get your tickets and info. And then right after that, in August, is our Soul Tech gathering, Soul Tech, up at ECETI Ranch and up in Washington, one of the greatest, most awakened locations on planet Earth. And so we're all going to get together up there, all of the Fadernauts, 300 of us, up at the Soul Tech gathering. Tomorrow night, I'm over on Coast to Coast AM. And my guest will be James Gilliland. Also Saturday, I'm back over at Coast, and my guests are Justin Deschamps and Yvonne Smith. So that's my weekend over. So much for getting some rest, right? So there you go. That's what's going on. Anyway, James Gilliland tomorrow night on Coast to Coast, and we will be doing our Soul Tech gathering up at ECETI Ranch, soultechgathering.com. Don't forget to subscribe to our podcast. Over 835 archive shows, custom apps, Apple, Android, all platforms, just $2 a month. You can also become a Fadernaut over in our membership section on the site, where you get the bunker cam, you get commercial-free downloadable archives, and if you get the Game Changer, you will get an autographed hat and T-shirt. You also get a private email to me. So that's worth it right there, because I actually respond to those. My email, you're not going to get a reply. It just doesn't happen. I try to read it all. It's overwhelming these days. It is. But the Fadernight email, that gets a reply every single time. Don't forget to check out all of our sponsors: Life Change Tea, GetTheTea.com, River Moon Coffee, New Pharma, Ancient Life Oil, Sacred Skulls, New Mana Food Storage, and Bearing Optics. All of the banners and promo codes and everything that you need is right there at JimmyChurchRadio.com. All right, let's get this show cracking. Happy birthday to today, Duran Duran. Today is Drummer Day, by the way. Duran Duran Stickman Roger Taylor is 58. Slipknot Stickman Joey Jordison is 43. Jet Li Stickman is 55. And Carol Burnett, who also plays the drums, is 85. There you go. That's pretty interesting, isn't it? All right, on this day in history, 1986, it went down. OTD. The world's worst nuclear accident occurs at the Chernobyl nuclear plant near Kiev in Ukraine. Thousands of people died, and as many as 70,000 suffered severe poisoning. In addition to that, a large area of land may not be livable for as much as 150 years. The 18-mile radius around Chernobyl was home to almost 150,000 people who had to be permanently relocated. Fader fact. All right, this goes out to our friends down under. Fader fact. 75%. 75% of Australia's living species are unknown to man. Yeah, that's freaky, isn't it? 75%. So you go into the outback, you're goofing around, and you see something. Chances are you're the first person to ever see it. That's crazy. That's crazy. All of our friends in Australia, and I love you. Somebody hit me back. Somebody hit me back. All right. There you go. Somebody is saying the website's not up. Everything is up. Everything is up. I don't know what's going on. I don't know. Go to Spreaker. Oh, that should be live. Don't know. All right. Man, it's Fader night tonight. John Rappaport is ill. He's not with us tonight. So he'll be back next Thursday right here with us. But our best to John. So we're going to open up the phone lines here at the bottom of the hour. Got a full night of Fadernight in front of us. So today, over at Onstellar, I wrote in testing, and it's kind of funny. I want to read it to you here. I wrote in testing the system out, so I did a blog and wanted to see how that worked. And as I did the blog, I wanted to test the fonts. I wanted to see how it posed. I wanted to do all of that. So as I did that, I posted it. And the thing is, as I did the post, and as I did the writing, all I did was go pure thought. And this is how I think during the day. So what's up, honey? Well, call Drew. I can't do anything from in here. Everything else is live. Everything else is live. We're live right now. Yeah. So the blog is pure thought. And what I mean is, as I'm thinking throughout the day, this is what was on my mind. And so I just let it flow out and got it done because I just wanted to test the website out. And then I clicked, post and done and whatever, and I attached a picture to it. It was no big deal. But everything was cool, and it worked. But I kind of went back, and I took another look at the post, and I thought, you know what? I want to read this. And the reason why, it's called improvisation. I just one shot, typos included, and just rolled it out. But it's like, a guitar solo where you're just, and you just get it done, and you kind of go back and go, wow, okay, I'll listen to that a second time. All right, that was kind of cool. Well, that's what happened here. And so this is what I posted today. It's called The UFO Community and the Barbershop. In late 1993, less than 25 years ago, there were only 628 websites on the World Wide Web. 628. A year later, I got my first 14.4 modem, a PCMCIA card that was on my laptop, and I plugged into the internet for the first time. The first thing I tried to find was, of course, were the letters UFO. Seriously. There was a time during this period over the next 2 or 3 years that I had probably read everything that was on the net at that time concerning the UFO subject. Everything. All of it. And I'm not exaggerating there. I'm going a little off script. I mean, I would go back in, look at my browser, and everything had turned blue. I could not search anymore. Everything that had UFO in it was read by me. But we've come a long way since then. Today, there are thousands upon thousands of websites, blogs, forums, millions of videos. You have internet radio programs and networks. And the community, like never before in history, is connected. So much of the community is based on emotion. Abductions and sightings provoke deep stress from the paradigm shift that happens when you have someone experience something that wasn't supposed to be real. It's science fiction, right? Well, when it really happens, it can be a real life-changing event. Today, what usually occurs after that first sighting is a quick search on the net for those letters, UFO. Everyone is looking for answers that they seek. When they jump into the UFO rabbit hole, they get every type of book, author, researcher, experiencer, but that's not what's most important. What is important is they see the different groups, factions, and the infighting, arguments, hoaxes, and ego. All the first-time experiencer wants to do is find some answers. Maybe share their thoughts. But what they find is that they immediately have to take sides. They don't know who is who or what to believe. But if they jump into the wrong forum or wrong group, they'll never get the right advice, real advice, which is simple. It's this: read and watch everything about the UFO subject that you can find. That's real advice. Not too many people dispense with that. I have often said that we need to listen to everybody, their experiences and theories and evidence. Over the years, I have done over 1,000 broadcasts. I have interviewed virtually every type of witness and researcher. And although there are similarities with each, most are unique and completely individual. And I know that the audience is listening to these different conflicting accounts that happen back to back each night all year long. I also have my own experiences and sightings that I can't explain, but they happened. Nobody can take them from me or tell me that I imagined it or that I'm lying. Only I know the truth. Well, except for, the 100 witnesses that I'm hanging out with when something goes down. But even my stuff can be in direct contrast with my guests on the show. And my audience knows this because they've heard my boring stories hundreds of times. But what they don't hear is me arguing or say that I'm right or call someone out and pin them into a corner. Why? Simple. Well, then I would be doing exactly the same thing that happens with the community and on the net. The whole I'm right and everybody else is wrong thing. Giorgio Tsoukalos, who I've interviewed many, many times and consider a friend, said something one night on Fade to Black that I've quoted many times on the air. And he said, Jimmy, when E.T. finally lands on the White House lawn and steps down and starts talking to us, we'll find out that we've all been wrong. Giorgio's words were some of the most important ever spoken on the air. Think about it. This is why we need to listen to everyone. We have to. And why the launch of Onstellar is so important. We need that place. We need that place where we can all get together, share ideas, theories, experiences, evidence, and research. Whether I'm hosting here on Fade to Black or Coast to Coast AM or on the TV, it doesn't matter. I've always said this is where we can get together and talk freely, like the barbershop. If we can't talk here, we can't talk anywhere, and it's the truth. Onstellar is the place of freedom, where everyone is welcome to hang out and not worry about what the rest of the world thinks. Our community has always warned about fake news, false flags, conspiracy, UFOs, the Ministry of Truth. And the world laughed at us. And we never stopped. We never faltered. We never wavered. We never stopped. But today, it's a different kind of party, isn't it? It turns out that we were right all along. And now we can hold our heads high. Now is the time to stop the fighting and finger pointing within our community, because everyone around the world now is starting to take us serious. Onstellar gives us the opportunity to take advantage of a new, slick, and professional network and platform that will unite and bond all of us. And there will be many out there, many, that will check out our group now from the outside looking in. We need to be the smart, honest, cool friends that we are. We must represent in the barbershop that is Onstellar. Seriously. So I wrote that today, and that's the way my mind works. It's the way I think when I am completely alone. You know, and I just let this flow out, and I stopped and I went back and I read it, and I thought to myself, this is exactly right. It's exactly correct. All of the stuff about the infighting and what's going on, yeah, that's our community. Okay, I get that. We're a family, and we're going to have that. That's not what is the most important point. It's that we have Onstellar. We have this beautiful, beautiful professional online social network community platform that is state-of-the-art, the latest technology, and it's built for us. And people are going to be out there checking us out. They're going to want to come and look at the platform because it looks cool. They want to see something else that's not Facebook. They want to come in and hang out for a little bit. Open up an account, maybe start a profile, and maybe they're interested in life after death or health or wellness or conspiracy theories, and maybe UFOs have nothing to do with it. But they're going to come in and they're going to take a look, and they're going to watch and see how we behave. Think about that. We cannot demonstrate to the world how we really are. We can't. We can't. We've got to just snap out of it, at least for a little while, because the microscope is going to be on us. Silicon Valley, businesses out there, the world, of course, all of those three-letter agencies, we are giving them a big target to come and look at. So we got to behave. And I know how cool we can be. I know how dysfunctional we can be. And it's all because our experiences and what we are dealing with are so personal and so emotional, and they affect us. It's just the way that it is. But we've got to get past that, get our feet grounded, and realize now that we are represented. We have Onstellar. This is not a joke. It is going to be, it already is. It's going to be a very, very, very big deal. And the last thing you want is somebody to come in here. It could be a college professor. Maybe it's a student. Maybe it's a mom. And come in and see a bunch of yelling and screaming and he's wrong, I'm right. It's the reason why we're leaving Facebook, and it's the reason why this was built, is so that we can get together and talk and listen and think and not point fingers and fight. All right? Let's do this. Onstellar is remarkable. And if you haven't spent any time over there yet, if you haven't done it, go and get her done. Just go to onstellar.com and register. Use the promo code Jimmy. Just go. Get it all going and go and check it out. It's just unbelievable. I was over on Facebook today for all of, and you can check the timestamps. I was there for all of 5 minutes. I just didn't want to be there, and I've got so many friends and family and things, and I'm willing to walk away. It's that bad. Come on over, check out Onstellar. All right, let's get out of here, man. Let's crank up some Fadernight. I'm ready. Are you? Open lines all night long. I am your host, Jimmy Church. 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695. I'm your host, Jimmy Church, on the Game Changer Network and KGRA, The Planet. I'll be right back.
You're listening to Jimmy Church, Fade to Black.
Fade to Black will now pause for alien identification.
The station that talks the net. KGRA Radio. When you take the beans from Central America with dashes of Indonesian and African mixed in and then roast it to the dark side of Fade to Black, you create the ultimate brew of fringe.
Introducing the Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Yes, Rivermoon's darkest customized roast was created for the love of Fade to Black. The alchemy of masterful roasting and smoking the beans is in every sip of this full-bodied, dark Java. I need my coffee dark, deep, with distinct bittersweet chocolate highlights, just like the bunker. Leaning further into the darkness of the roast is Fade to Black blend from Rivermoon Coffee. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2BBLEND for 15% off of your order today. Go Beckley Teppy.
Natural Health Solutions with Chris and Ronnie.
Hey, Ronnie, how you doing?
Great, Chris.
Now, you're the CEO of GetTheTea.com, right?
Yes, I am.
What is GetTheTea.com? I mean, is this tea you buy in a store?
Well, no, it's not. Life Change Tea is just that, life-changing. Life Change Tea is an herbal tea that gently cleanses your body from intruders.
What do you mean by intruders?
Well, intruders are toxins, chemicals, GMOs, heavy metals, and more. They're in our food, in our water, in our air we breathe.
Seriously?
Yeah, seriously.
And Life Change Tea will help you with removing these, as you say, intruders?
That's right, Chris.
Are there side effects with this tea?
Well, you might lose a little weight. When you clean your colon, you lose weight, you feel better, and you have more energy.
Wow. Ronnie, where can people purchase Life Change Tea?
Oh, that's easy. GetTheTea.com. That's GetTheTea.com.
Ronnie, I want to thank you for being on the show. People, don't forget, GetTheTea.com.
9 out of 10 geneticists agree.
Fade to Black is not your father's radio show on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, The Planet.
Win big with KGRA this summer. Tickets and hotel accommodations to the biggest conferences, autographed books and DVDs, chances to win all-inclusive conference cruises, and private dinners with your favorite KGRA hosts. Click the contest tab at kgraradio.com for your chance to win big this summer. Your contact for the best alternative talk radio on the planet. kgraradio.com.
Hi, this is Rob Reiner from Anvil, and you're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com.
What's up? I'm Chris. What up? This is Kyle Massey, and you're listening to Jimmy Church Radio.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. John Rappaport isn't going to join us tonight. He'll be back next Thursday, which means, here we go. Open lines all night long. 323-825-5045. 323-275-9695. All right, if you're on hold, stay right there. I'll get to you in just a second. I want to throw out some stuff that I would like to talk about tonight. Obviously, Kim Jong-un, Kim Fatty Fat, right now meeting in the DMZ. Big deal. I've got Armenia. I would love to talk about Armenia. And if you've, gone and checked out the news and tried to follow it, it isn't in the mainstream media, which I find very, very, very strange. And especially when you consider the historical significance of Armenia to everything. So there's that. Of course, there is Onstellar and what that represents. If you have any questions about Onstellar, I'd be more than happy to try and answer those too as well. And how well this new platform make their money. What business of that is anybody's? Just go and have a good time and make yours. That's all that matters. Okay? There's no advertising there. That's all you need to worry about. No advertising. Hey, and I was doing that today. I'm going to get to the phones here. I was doing that today, surfing it, and not having ads in my face. It's just bizarre. It's so enjoyable. It's just amazing. All right. 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695. Let's go to the phones. Hi, you're on Fade to Black. You're up first. Who's calling?
Yeah, am I on?
Yes, you are live.
Oh, well then, Jimmy Joseph Church, if that's your real name, how dare you blaspheme?
Okay, you're trying, but it's... who is this?
It's Joel Assy McNasty. Just wanted to throw in a little comedy there intro.
It was
J.C. Webster.
Yeah, it was a nice. It was an homage. It was an homage. The first time, the only time I've only had JC call me once, and I got to tell you, it was a surprising call, and Tom over at Coast. So I've got a computer screen in front of me with all everybody's names and what state they're calling from. That's basically it. There's no questions or subjects or anything. We just go for it. And I just got this weird thing, and Tom goes, "You want to pick up this call?" That was the name. So I didn't know it was JC, right? I was like, okay, and let's go. and he went straight at me, man. He went straight at me, and I was like, wow. I see. This is the thing. I don't know, McNasty, who, if you've ever met the people that you've wanted to meet in your life, or if you've married the woman that you wanted to marry, got the job you wanted to get, or got the grades you wanted to get, or buy the weed that you want to buy. I don't know those things, but those are the things that you got a bucket list and you check things off, right? And you get to the bottom of the like, okay, well, I don't know what there's left to do. Well, J.C. Webster was one of those check marks, man.
Man, after the tribute for Art Bell, I had to say something. I couldn't get on the day for Art Bell tribute, but I just had to throw that out there because J.C. Webster just cracked me up every night with Art Bell. He was
the best, or still is the best. And
oh my God.
I believe, and I mean this in the kindest of ways, I believe that J.C., and it's kind of weird, I believe that J.C. is who he is. I really do. I believe that. But I think he's also, as time went on, he turned into a parody of himself. But the original shows, was there anything better? I don't think so. Those were great nights.
On the other side, it kind of scares me because being 2018, I see a majority of JCs around. You know what I mean?
Right.
A quick funny story about God.
Oh, man. McNasty, that was actually pretty funny. I'm just letting you know.
Yeah,
that was pretty funny.
Yeah, a quick God story. I've heard of this story about this church guy who went to Africa with his groupies, and he's testing their faith. He walked up to a bunch of lions while they were eating. I don't know if you guys heard that story.
It's actually ringing a bell. What happened?
Well, he walked up to these lions, and he didn't notice that they were eating. And he was like, well, God is going to protect me. He walked up to the lions. He got a little too close. Next thing you know, he's running for his dear life away from them. The lions come up to him, bite a big chunk of his butt off.
Is this true? Is this true? Really happened?
This was absolutely true. He had to run away for his life and stuff. It just made me laugh because he's testing God, and what makes him so special for one person in this whole world. Which brings me back to we have a part of God in us, all of us. We have the right and the power to decide.
Yeah, we do.
We can make it all good.
Yeah, you know what we do? But let me just say this. That's God thinning out the herd right there, man. There are certain things that you just don't do. Okay, there's just certain things. And it's very simple to figure out. One of them is you just don't go mess around with a lion or any wild animal. You don't go mess around with a raccoon. You just don't do it, man. You don't. I'm not going to mess around with a lion, crocodile. Oh man, that's a great story. Yeah, God thinning out the herd.
one thing about the Onstellar thing, I was trying to fill out, I guess, a story, and I wanted to put in a picture along with the story, but in one of those options in there, you install an image, and you have to put a code and a link and all that stuff. That's a little too much. That's old school for me.
No, I haven't had to do that. So I don't understand with that, because you can see on my post over on Onstellar, I just uploaded the file right straight into it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So, you know what, just go check it out again. And no, I haven't seen that. I haven't seen that once. So when you're trying to write a template and you're trying to insert a file, like a picture or something, it gives you these little squares where you just don't pull up a file from your phone or your computer. You have to like make a whole a sentence of a direction. You know? Yeah, no. You're doing that. That sounds weird to me, because I've uploaded a bunch of pictures, and I just did this article here, which was an article that was a straight upload. There's the post I did for last night with Laura Eisenhower. And that was just a straight upload. You just click on, in that white square there, there's a little camera down at the bottom. You click on the camera and it uploads.
Okay, I'll play around with it.
Yeah. Check it out.
One quick thing I want to request is, the other day you had, what is that called, a visionary guy, along with Corey Good.
Oh, you're talking about Gerald O'Donnell.
Yes, he did. He had this speech that he gave out from a hearing that he had. He wrote it down, and he was saying it yesterday. And
yes,
I felt that very, very, very hard, and I would like to get that in form so I could have it, so I can read it out to other people also.
Okay, well, you can certainly. I don't have it, but you can. It's up on our YouTube.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. You can write that down. Hit the space bar, pause it, write it, pause it.
Right.
Yeah, man, that's what I do.
Yeah.
I still.
Yeah, man, I remember recording music through tape deck. I remember.
I still know how to. I still know how to write. It's crazy. I'll talk to you, McNasty. Behave and be well, my friend.
Thank you, guys. Very nice out. Bye.
Yeah, thank you. Great phone call. So, man, I'm having issues with this phone line here. Let me see if this is working. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hi, am I on?
Yes, you're on.
Holy cow. Hi, Jimmy. My name is Austin.
Hi, Austin.
Holy cow. I can't believe I'm on.
Okay, relax. Take a deep breath. Okay, take a deep breath. You good?
I'm good.
Okay, what's on your mind tonight?
I have an interesting theory I heard about recently. I think you might be interested in it.
Mm-hmm.
You
What's
know
that?
Kurt Cobain?
Kurt Cobain, yes.
I think he was murdered.
By who?
His wife, Courtney Love.
And why would she do that?
Well, Nirvana was more successful than Hole, right? Her band.
Right.
And if Kurt's out of the way because he was planning on divorcing her at the time, she gets all of his royalty money.
You really think that Courtney could be that twisted?
I believe it.
Yeah, okay. Is this a theory that you've developed? Is there any more to the theory before I go further?
Yeah, Courtney actually hired an investigator around Kurt's death that investigated this himself, and they concluded that she did it.
Yeah, I read a little piece of that. I always thought I remember hearing something about that, and that she did hire an investigator. I always thought that they were, or at least she was madly in love with him. I mean, he was a catch, but she definitely wanted Hole to succeed. There's no doubt about that. And she couldn't sing, she couldn't play guitar. She's an okay actress, she could act, but nowhere near the talent of Kurt. So I would think, and I thought that she really loved him. I don't know, maybe jealousy, like you're saying, and it just overwhelmed her.
Well, there's a quote from around the time Kurt disappeared where she says, any publicity is good publicity.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And if you look at Kurt's quote-unquote suicide note, it says, it starts off like, I'm retiring from the music industry, basically, but it goes on to, like, he writes out this really weirdly handwritten thing. It says, like, I'm sorry and stuff like that to Courtney and their daughter, Frances.
Right. Right. And, see, and this is when he died, and I said the same thing, about Chris Cornell and Chester and these guys that kill themselves. And it's, it's just why, when you have a family, you have young children, you have success, you've got everything going for you, and you have your fans that look up to you, right? You've got all of these concerns. Why have your children grow up without a father? Well, I mean, that's so self-centered, but I can't figure that part out for me. It just doesn't make any sense.
Well, that's the weird thing, because a friend of Kurt and Courtney said that Kurt was never a suicidal type, and that he always loved his daughter madly and such.
Right. Yeah.
And when they were investigating, the greenhouse where they found him, they found that he had 3 times the amount of heroin to kill someone in his bloodstream.
You're kidding.
I'm dead serious.
Wow. Well, do you think we'll ever find out?
Courtney thinks the CIA did it, but...
Say that again?
She said in an interview that the CIA killed him.
The CIA?
Mm-hmm.
Now, why would they want to do that?
Because he's influencing the youth.
Interesting. The CIA...
It's kind of like how they...
Mm-hmm. Go ahead.
It's kind of like how they wiretapped John Lennon in the 70s.
Well, again, yeah, possible. Wow, that's going down a really dark road, isn't it? Let's hope it's not true. I mean, and what are the alternatives? That he, killed himself. I think that is extremely sad, and you got to think about the children and the fans out there. That's just it's just such a bad thing, bad event. But if it was anything else, beyond that, it makes a lot of sense. But I always thought that if, a robbery or somebody broke into the house and, there was always drugs around, and maybe it could have been something like that, and it could have been drug related. I don't know. But the suicide part just never made sense to me, even though I don't have an answer.
And then when the police checked the gun, it took them a month to check the gun. They found no fingerprints either.
That's right. Yep. Yeah, I know. And see, before we go off on all of this, if you analyze anything out there, whether you can go to Cornell or you can look at Chester and certainly Kurt Cobain and any other, you can start to stack up evidence that looks pretty crazy. You can go back to Paul McCartney, and John Lennon too as well. And you can start to stack up this stuff that seems like it's connected, but there's always a simple explanation for it without trying to dismiss it as nothing, because we should always be skeptical and look through things totally. But it just may be the simplest of the simple answers. And taking things too far when there isn't anything there. Somebody sent something to me the other day about Chris Cornell and how Chris and Chester were involved. I don't want to get into the details of it, but we're involved in a couple of things, and I went back, and some of it was political and some of it was other stuff, and there was this and this, and it gave me a big long list of reasons why the two were taken out, and I don't know. It hurts me to put my brain in that direction. What was your name again?
Austin.
Thank you for the phone call, and thank you for making us all think. And I guarantee you I'm going to get a ton of email tomorrow, so thank you for that. I should forward everything to you.
thank you for having me on, actually. I'm a new listener, actually, and this is a huge deal for me.
All right. Austin, I love it, man. Be safe and be well, my friend. And we do this every Thursday night. We have open lines. And then you can come check us out tomorrow night on Coast to Coast AM, Saturday, too, as well.
I'll be sure to tune in.
Thank you, Austin. Have a great night.
You too.
Great phone call right there. Oh, man, I hung up on the wrong line. Oh, no. I can't believe I just did that. Let's go to this. Hi, you live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Yeah, this is Voss.
How are you?
This is Bill. How you doing, Jimmy?
I'm doing good. Having a little problem with the phones tonight, but you got through.
I know. I'm persistent.
That's okay. That's okay. You got through. You got through. So, what's on your mind tonight, Phil?
Well, I've been watching the...
okay, turn me down in the background. Can't do that. Can't do that. Come on, Phil. You know the rules. All right, what's on your mind? What's on your mind?
Yeah, I was watching... been watching... paid $333 to watch this secret space program, Disclosure, and I thought it was pretty good. They're going through the Antarctica connection and
all right.
Connection to the real society, and laying a pretty good groundwork for how the whole secret space program might have actually come about. So I just thought I was share that with you and see if you'd heard anything new about Antarctica.
Well, I haven't. I mean, we had Michael Sala on the show last week or the week before. I haven't gotten any secret emails or anything coming in. I do think that this is only because I've been watching this develop over time. But it looks to me like the ice is melting, and which is true. And then we have the other side that's saying there's more ice down in Antarctica than there ever has been. So I find that part very, very interesting. They're contradicting each other, right? There's that. But I think the ice is melting. And we have so many satellites now that are able to do this high-definition terrain imagery that something is going to get photographed, something is going to reveal itself, and that's going to get leaked. Somebody down there is going to talk. Something's going to happen. There is no question in my mind. Now, you have things that Corey Good has said. Of course, you have Michael Sala. You have Jim Mars. Jim Mars and others that have talked about things down there forever. So, there you have all of that, but let's put that stuff to the side. I don't know if it's alien. I don't know if it's Nazi. I don't know if it's Atlantis. I do know this, and this is a fact, that Antarctica used to be like Hawaii. All right? It used to be
trees
nice.
And
everything, man. They had everything down there.
So, supposedly there's three fairly large spaceships down there too.
Yeah,
so it'll be interesting.
Yeah,
Emery Smith, actually in that show that I was talking about, he said that might be going into production of a kind of a real life Charlie's Angels, where they'll be taking on missions, like going down to Antarctica and checking things out.
What does that mean? Is he going down there with 3 angels?
He better have some angels protecting him if he actually tries to get into that cavern. That's
well, who said? Who said?
Well, I mean, you don't want to take the analogy too far. I'm sure he doesn't have 3 hot chicks. No, he's got 3 burly guys like him, probably.
Oh, well, who said Charlie's Angels?
He did. Actually, he used that analogy in describing the production or the show that he was talking about.
Wow, that's a thought that I can't erase now. Thanks, Phil. It's just I can't get rid of it.
I didn't come up with the metaphor.
Can't get rid of it. So, have you been over to Onstellar?
No, I haven't. I got off on a different track. My the guy that drives me around, I'm legally blind, so they don't let me drive the cars anymore. So it was his birthday, so I took him out to lunch.
I didn't know you were legally blind.
Yeah, they took away my right to drive, and
I
run into things every once in a while.
That ain't right. Well, but can you surf the net? I mean, can you see up close? What part is legally blind? What do you mean by that?
Well, yeah, I can see you, but, I've got you blown up to probably 200, 300%.
Right. Oh, man, that's
so I've got about 40% in one eye.
That's painful even if you're blind.
No, man. You're not that bad looking. I've seen worse.
I'm not so sure. So,
well, no, you haven't seen a picture of me, man. I've been well used.
Oh, Phil, stop. Well, I want you to go and is there a way for you to surf and get signed up over at Onstellar? Can you see enough to get that done?
Yeah. I've got the email. I just haven't.
Okay.
I haven't got it, and then I heard that you were saying that there are so many glitches in it. I was kind of like,
no,
maybe it's just been.
That's everybody
else. Wait a little while and then come in.
No, it's cool, man. It's cool. You're gonna love it. You're gonna love it, and I can't wait to see you over there. Okay.
All right, man. You take care.
Phil, behave and be well. We'll see you tomorrow night over on Coast to Coast AM.
Maybe for a little while, man. That's a little late for me.
Oh man, come and hang out. I'll see you, Phil.
Okay.
Have a great weekend.
Yeah, it's really hard to get on the phones there, man. You're not going to hear from me on that show.
I'll talk to you. Thank you so much, Phil. Behave and be well.
You too, man. Take care.
Thank you. I've heard lots of really, really good things about that cosmic disclosure. I don't know if it's with Corey. Is it with David? I don't know. I can't remember who Emery was talking to. Oh, man. Well, anyway, but I've heard that Emery really tore it up. I haven't seen it. I need to spend some time on Gaia over the weekend. All right. This is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. It's open lines all night long. I'm going to bust a move and get this commercial break in here, and I'll be right back. It's open lines all night long. 323-825-5045, 323-275-9695. If you are on hold and you got through, stay right there. I'll get to everybody right after this short break. Stay with us.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station, Salt Lake City, Utah, Van Buren, Arkansas.
Hello, Fadernauts. This is Jimmy Church, and I'm introducing New Pharma, a company whose products are based on science. Human function based on the endocannabinoid system, or ECS. New Pharma firmly believes in this science, and their research indicates that support of the ECS provides the beneficial effects for a healthy lifestyle. New Pharma's science includes relief capsules for pain relief, sleep capsules, which are natural support for occasional sleeplessness. Foundation is support for your ECS, and Fit capsules support your active lifestyle. Just click on the banner at jimmychurchradio.com and use the promo code F2B for a 33% discount on all of their products. Or visit newpharma.com for all of the knowledge on the science. That's GNUpharma.com. Go back, Lee Tappy.
Hello, I'm Katie Lee, and you're listening to my main man, Jimmy Church, on jimmychurchradio.com.
Hi, this is Ray Hobbs here, repping the planet, and you're listening to my good friend, Jimmy Church, Fade to Black, on the Game Changer Network and the KGRA Digital Broadcast Station.
This is Toby Kebbell, You're listening to JimmyChurchRadio.com. Don't hurt me, Jimmy. I'm only little.
Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And this is Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. Yes. We are of the Honey Brothers. Hey, I'm Adrian Grenier. And I'm Ari Gold. We're the Honey Brothers. And you're listening to Jimmy Church. The Revolution.
Ancient Life Oil. Life-changing. The real oil. CBD is truly Ancient Life Oil from the source. This oil has no psychoactive effect and is also legal in all 50 states. When you're healthy, you're happy. The truth about this wonderful plant is that it wants to give back to mankind life, longevity, and happiness. Ancient Life Oil are golden grade, all organic, non-GMO, and infused with high-quality liquid coconut oil. It's simple. Just go to ancientlifeoil.com today. That's ancientlifeoil.com. The best, purest, organic, and non-GMO CBD in the world. Go Beckley Tappy. The statements made regarding these products have not been evaluated by the Food and Drug Administration. These products are not intended to diagnose, treat, cure, or prevent any disease. Please consult your healthcare professional about potential interactions or other possible complications before using any product.
This is Micah Hanks of the Gralien Report, and you're listening to Jimmy Church on Fade to Black, across the globe on the Game Changer Radio Network and the one and only KGRA Radio, The Planet.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fadernight. Open lines all night long. 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695. And with that, let's go straight back to the phones. Let's go to area code 514. You are up next on Coast to Coast. Who's calling? Oh, Coast to Coast, Fade to Black. Did I just say that?
Yeah, hi, Jimmy. This is Brad from Montreal.
Oh, hi. How are you?
I'm fine. It's regarding Gerald O'Donnell that you had on the show a few days ago.
Yes.
Yeah, you know when he did it, is the channeling that he got. You know that he read it?
Yes.
During the show?
Yes.
Yeah, the guy who called earlier was talking about it.
Yes.
Now, did Gerald said that it was from God or from somebody else?
He said it was from the One.
The One, eh?
I believe so.
Well, that was weird because, you know, when I was listening to him, I came up to the same conclusion that you did.
What's that?
And that there was some anger and it was a bit religious.
Yep.
I couldn't stop myself from going right away there. And when you said it, I said, well, geez, Jimmy saw it too. There was some, a little bit of impatience or anger, or that, again, the human race is doing something wrong. Like, again, it's all the human race fault, a bit of the blame. You guys are not doing it. I know, something like that. And I just heard this so much over my years that as soon as I hear it a little bit, I don't like it. I'm sorry, but I think maybe it was from another group that he was channeling, because we know how channeling goes.
Right.
Some of them are frauds, some of them are better.
Right.
We have to use discernment and practice.
Yep.
I got hooked many times on false channeling. Mm-hmm. I've gotten better, but still today I can make a mistake. Mm-hmm. But as soon as this guy, maybe it was his tone of voice, his accent, I don't know. But Jimmy, I didn't like it at all. And there was some anger about it, and I'm reading a book called New Revelation from Neil Donald Walsh, and on page 34, it says right here that God's anger does not exist. So...
Yeah, and so this is, I want to say this. I know Gerald, okay, and I've hung out with him, and I find him to be a very engaging, kind, nice, and extremely intelligent person. Very, very, very smart. It's intimidating.
He is, because
right?
He is. The show was so good. Everything was so good. I just love the guy.
Yeah, and he's great. And so I have to picture who I know, right? You know, Gerald. And for him, and also he speaks, he's got that accent, and he's got a vocabulary that he speaks with, right? And that vocabulary was not used in that message that he read. It was like it was from a different person. That was pretty interesting. And as I was listening to it, it seemed I started taking notes because I went, whoa, wait a minute, whoa. And I heard things, and it just felt like it was really strong. And it also had, to me, religious overtones. He insisted that it had none of that, and that that there was no anger. And I said, well, wait a minute. You used the word rumble, or the one did.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
That was so fun. Again, the source that is so angry at human. Again, to make us feel guilty. And just a few months ago, I saw the Pope on TV saying a speech in front of hundreds of people, and I just grabbed that moment when he said, "We are all sinners." And tons of people in the audience would just nod their head like they agree. And that, it's one of the crappiest things. One of the biggest lies of religion.
Oh, you know what I did?
That we're sinners.
You know what I did the other day? Something made me think this thought, and sometimes my brain just goes way twisted, right? But I stopped and I thought to myself, who is the current pope? What's his name? Don't say it. I don't want to know. And I was sitting there thinking to myself, and I thought, I don't know. Now, who was the one before him? I was thinking, man, I don't know.
I'll give you a hint. I'll give you a hint. He was a pedophile.
Hold on. This is what was crazy. The last pope that I remember is John Paul II. And so how long ago was he pope? When did he die?
Oh, that was a long time ago. I don't remember. I don't know.
See? That's my point. And I just thought to myself, that's crazy. And then I was like, okay, it's Pope Benedict or Benedictine, is it? I wasn't even sure.
Yeah, but he got thrown out. Something happened, I think. He got thrown out, and then this guy came in.
What's the current Pope's name?
Francis, something like that. Is that it?
Is it Pope Francis?
I don't know, because I don't care anymore.
I don't care. That's my
point. I know. Just to get to stay current with the news, but
I couldn't believe it. I could not believe that I didn't know what was going on, and because it's not that I don't care. I do care. I am concerned, but I don't follow it. I don't go and chase it down. I don't study it. I don't read it. So you're saying that Benedict, or whatever his name was, that he's no longer Pope, and that there is another Pope in, man, I'm not even going to look it up, but I don't know. I know. I don't know.
I just look at the big news on TV, I don't even have TV, just on the internet. I look at the big news, what's going on, but for me, they're all frauds. Because I'm waking up, like we all know, all the faders are not here, the faders not that are listening to us, we all know the religion is crap and it was all made up, so we're not really into that. Which was funny, was a couple of shows ago, you remember you had this guy, Jesus Christ?
Oh, yeah, he's the best, man.
Oh, that was funny, man, that was funny. Anyway.
I should get Jesus back on the show. Jesus is cool. And see the thing,
for comedy night, yeah.
Man, he is Jesus. That's Jesus.
Come on,
oh yeah, man. Oh yeah, he's a personal friend of mine. That's Jesus. And the thing is, and I'm being serious now for a second. Jesus knows what he's talking about, and does not step outside the boundaries of who Jesus Christ is. And so...
Yeah, but you believe that he's the real incarnation of Jesus Christ on a body today, and that's him?
Well, see, this is...
Because, Jimmy, how many people think... Russell Brand, he makes a jokes in his show that there's a psychiatric ward in Jerusalem,
right,
and they put people with Messiah complex in there.
Right.
They have like I don't know how many of them,
I've
but they
heard
got
this.
some every month that comes in and have that thinks that they're Jesus Christ incarnated on earth. So
right.
I mean, there's so many of them. You look at YouTube and you just do that. I found like 20 the other day who claim to be Jesus Christ reincarnated on earth, and some of them have their name Jesus too, given from birth. So he just popped up to their head. So, I mean, when you say that you're going to bring this guy on your show that claims to be Jesus Christ and all that, I mean...
Well, this is what you should do right after...
I'd rather talk about, like, other stuff that's going on than having a chat with one of those guys who thinks that, he is that.
Okay,
I mean, you're a great guy, Jimmy. I love you, but...
Hold on.
Your judgment call on that one was a bit,
Hold on.
Hold on. All right.
Okay, take a deep breath. All you have to do is go into Google and type in the Jesus Christ show. The Jesus.
Yeah, I did. Yeah, I did it. Yeah, I did back then. I did check him out.
Show. Yeah. Okay, and there he is. The Jesus Christ Show, syndicated radio program that airs every Sunday, 6 to 9 p.m. Pacific Time, is carried by Premier Networks, a subsidiary of iHeartMedia. The studio for Jesus Christ is across the hall from coast to coast. Okay? So I hang out with Jesus, man. And he is unbelievably cool. And if you want to go do the digging and try to figure out who and what, you can go and do that. But the point is who he is and what he does and how he does it is amazing. And I hold him up in the highest regards. Okay? So it's a well done show, and he's a very cool dude. So
maybe so, yeah. Okay, sure, I agree. The guy probably got talent and all, but do you believe that he's the real Jesus Christ incarnated on earth?
Well, no, I think yes
or no?
Well, no, of course I don't think that. Of course I don't.
Okay, all right, okay.
But it's
but why is
deeper
he
than
doing
that.
that then? Why is he doing that to why? Because he feels. I mean.
No, what he does.
It's just weird.
No. See, you're understanding it the wrong way. So, and you can resonate any way you want with it, but so I don't want to say you're taking it the wrong way. What he does, first off, Jesus is in all of us. Jesus is in him. Okay, so there's that part of it.
Sorry, yeah.
Okay, hold on.
Anything about Jesus, I never agreed on of the Bible. I heard that the story was fraud. I stay with the one. I stay with the source.
Right.
With God, the universe. All this Jesus stuff for me is like a backtrack to the real thing. It's a sidetrack. It's not important for me. That's how I see Jesus, and I got no interest in it. The story is probably wrong. Sam Kinison made a show about Jesus. It was so funny back in the 80s that he was a reverend himself, and he said it on stage. They screwed up with the book. Everybody knows they screwed up with the book.
Mm-hmm.
So if they screwed up with the book, why do we have to come back to this guy? He's probably a real smart guy that lived in this time. He had a great impact. He married Madeline, and that's it. He's another great guy. There's too much emphasis put on this guy. We should come back to the source and us. And this Jesus thing is just a sidetrack. So that's why I'm sorry. If I don't want to be angry. It's just me. I'm an intense guy. I'm like that. And these Jesus stories just get me angry. And I was surprised that you brought it on the show. Maybe it was just because I know you have a very open mind, so it's all right. But
hey, if I have the
it's so easy for easy for somebody to come in with great words and great phrases that they pick up anywhere or somewhere else and just claim to be anyone you want and have followers. You just need to be charismatic and talk with a great language, and you can have a great followers. So
okay, all right. What was your name again?
It's Fred.
Okay, Fred, check this out. And I know this is a fact. If you had the opportunity to sit down with Jesus and have a conversation, you would do it. Trust me. And that's all I did.
Yeah.
That's all I did.
Yes, I would do it. Yeah.
Okay.
Because I want to. It's like the flat Earth guys. The first time I heard about flat Earth was with you, And as soon as the show stopped here at 1 o'clock in the morning, well, I got on YouTube and I watched Flat Earth people YouTube videos for hours until the sun was coming up. And it was not to judge them, or no, it was to understand what do they think? How did they come up with the fact that they think that the Earth is flat? So I wanted to put myself into their skin, and I saw a couple of videos, and it's understandable. Some of these guys, are so pissed off at NASA with all the lies that they told us that they just turned the whole thing around. So I understood a bit about flat Earth. But, I think our discernment, especially for people like us that watch your show, our discernment is very, acute. So I think we can tell if something is crap or not. And this guy I'm sure he's a nice guy, but...
All right.
I'm not sure.
There you go, Fred. Hey, thanks for calling, my friend.
Yeah, one more thing. Carrie Cassidy, is there something going on here? You guys okay? I never saw on your show.
Oh, she's been on the show many times.
Yeah? Shit, I missed it.
Okay. Yeah, she's been on with us many times. And,
okay.
we talk.
Okay.
Okay.
All right, I'll check out Onstellar, okay, the next few days, I promise. I'll check it out, because I'm not on Facebook, I'm not on Twitter, I'm not on nothing. I just don't like these things. I'm anti too much technology. But I'll take a look on Onstellar. Seems to be pretty good.
Thank you so much, Fred. Behave and be well.
All right. I wasn't too hard there, Jimmy, right?
It's called Open Lines Conversation. We're just sitting talking. That's all. Fred, behave.
That's right. Okay,
okay, man. Thank you.
Okay, thanks, Gigi. Bye-bye.
Have a good night. And, that Jesus Christ show was one of the best shows. That was one of the great shows on Fade to Black. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black right now. Who's calling?
Hi, Jimmy. It's Marilyn.
Hi, Marilyn.
How are you?
I am doing great now that I'm talking to you. I was so okay a minute ago, but now I'm fantastic.
Oh, that's good. So I just wanted to call because I went to my first UFO conference, and I know you had another caller call in last week and talk about it a little bit. But
okay, Marilyn, are you
Marilyn?
Marilyn, are you on speakerphone? Take me off speaker.
No, you're not on speaker.
Okay, it's just a little echoey. Okay. Okay, go ahead. You went to your first UFO conference. Which one?
The Ozark UFO conference.
And how was it?
It was really good.
Good.
I got to see Richard Dolan and Mark D'Antonio, Linda Moulton-Howe, and Stan Freeman.
Wow, that's a full weekend.
Yeah.
Did you see Race Hobbs?
I don't know.
How could you miss
I'm not very familiar with Fraser.
Okay, all right. I don't know how you can miss Race Hobbs. You'd hear his voice from down the hall. But so Stanton Friedman, that's cool. Linda Moulton-Howe, cool. Right? That sounds Mark D'Antonio. That's pretty exciting.
Yeah, it's really exciting, and I learned quite a bit from that. Took some notes, and it was a really nice experience, and kind of, I guess, I don't know if I would say that's like a little, what'd you say? Like, I don't know. Like a little aspect of what Contact in the Desert would be, but like 10 times bigger, I guess.
Yeah, I don't know. I have no idea. I heard, the Ozark UFO conference is pretty large. It's a lot of fun. How many people attended?
Oh gosh, I honestly don't know, but there was a lot of people.
Yeah, that's what I hear. It's just a fantastically run conference. But what I wanted to ask you was, who is your favorite speaker, and did you wear your Fade to Black shirt?
I'm
going to hang up if you say no. If you didn't wear your Fade to Black shirt, I'm going to hang up.
Well, Jimmy. I actually did not, because I just ordered mine today.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
So you get a pass card.
So
okay.
next time I will.
Fair enough.
But my favorite speaker was Linda.
She's the best.
They were all fantastic, but
Yep.
Linda did an amazing job.
Yeah, she is so good. I mean, she prepares. Her presentations are spot on, and she puts a lot of time and effort into it. And it's always new information. I've seen her speak. I don't know how many times now. It's countless. It's endless. But there was one night with her. I'm trying to think where it was. Well, anyway, and I'm listening to her. She spoke for 3 hours, standing on her toes, up at the podium, and but the presentation that she gave, which was about the anatomy of different ET races and their faces and their noses and their mouths and their eyes and their hair and their neck and then their body structure and everything. But the way that she broke it down, and I'm sitting there thinking, I have never heard anything like this before. And I like to think that I've seen or heard something. And it was just an amazing presentation. She brought the house down, and it was 3 straight hours without a breath. And it was just an incredible night. She really brings it. She really does.
Yeah, she was actually speaking there for like pretty much 2 hours, and I was like, wow, like that's quite a while.
So, Marilyn, have you gotten on to Onstellar yet?
Yes, I did. And you accepted my friend request, so I was really happy about that.
Aw, isn't that special? Did you send me a message? Did you write to me? Did you like any of my posts?
No, I haven't been able to figure out. Okay, so you know how on Facebook, like when you go to your newsfeed, you see like all your friends' posts and stuff. So when I do that, I mean, I don't really see that, so I have to go to my friends.
Yeah, that's coming. Okay, so what you're talking about? You're talking about a news feed, the home, the home button on Facebook. And that will be, it's baby steps here. Okay, it's baby steps. That's coming. And so it'll be over when you go to your profile page, and you're on your profile page, which I am doing right now. Man, it's fast. Things have really sped up here. So on your profile page to the left, underneath groups and your friends and all of that stuff, right there's going to be a column that will be the news feed, and all of the people in your friends list, all of their posts will be in order, links to it in order, going all the way down. Okay, so that's coming, and it's just being finished up right now, but it'll be right there on your profile page, and you'll have a news feed from everybody in your friends list. All of their posts and stuff will be right there. You do have your notifications up in the top corner, and so you can see who is following you, who commented on your post and stuff like that. All of that is right there. So it's pretty self-sufficient right now. I think everything that needs to be here is either here now or is going to be here. But you can look for the news feed right on the left-hand side. You'll see the space for it. That's what's supposed to go in there. They're just finishing things up with it right now. It's ready to go. But the friends list and the messaging that was on the right-hand side, that bug has got to get fixed here too as well. So they're working on that. But you got to remember, as cool as it is, and it's cool, it's really cool. It's only the second day of testing, everybody. Everybody's in love with it so much they want it to be perfect right now, and it's it's just the second day. That's it. It's just the second day, but it's beautiful, isn't it? It's just so amazing.
Yeah, I really look forward to, when everything is, put together and complete, but yeah, Pretty fun so far, getting to, finally, have our own, social media platform where, we can all discuss, everything, what we're interested in, without people judging us and stuff.
So I'm on, look at this. Look at the Fadernight page. Wow, you guys, look at you. And you guys are posting and hanging out. This is awesome. Wow, there's a picture of me on the bunker cam from tonight, from Frankie Four Fingers. You guys are the best, man. And this is humbling. This is humbling to see. And, wow, 111 members? Holy crap. When was this created? It wasn't here yesterday. This is amazing. You guys are the best. So this just started. Wow, this is cool. So do I join? How do I do this? I am joined. Oh, somebody joined me. So I'm just going to post right now. I'm looking at this during the show tonight. This is cool. Bam. Just to post it, just to let everybody know I'm really looking at it. Wow, this is cool. All right. Well, Marilyn, thank you so much. Behave and be well. We'll see you tomorrow night over on Coast to Coast and Saturday on Coast, and then we'll be right back here on Monday. I'll let everybody know on Monday here on Fade to Black, Chance Gardner, right? Magical Egypt. He's going to be back here on Monday. You know why, Marilyn? Oh, I lost Marilyn. Because episode 5 of Magical Egypt is going to release over the weekend. How cool is that? So we'll get the sneak preview, and then we'll have a Chance on the show on Monday. So there you go. All right, I am going to take a break, and let me get this in, and I'll be right back. This is Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. It's Thursday night. It is Fadernight. 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695. I'll be right back. Stay with us.
Way out here, we listen to Jimmy Church.
You're listening to Fade to Black.
Always on the edge of the hottest alternative talk. Jimmy Church with Fade to Black. KGRARadio.com.
¿Qué tal, mis amigos? Yo soy Mario Carson, el tiburón, y los invito para que escuchen a mi buen amigo Jimmy Church Radio. ¡Claro que sí!
Hurricanes, earthquakes, wildfires. This year we've experienced more than our fair share. This is Jimmy Church of Fade to Black. And last month I decided to make sure my family does not have to worry about food should we get caught in a real emergency situation. Introducing Numana, a healthy, storable product that tastes so good that you'll want to eat it every day instead of just during those times of duress. All Numana products have a 25-year shelf life, are MSG and GMO-free, no preservatives, and are made in America. With the Numana pack in your home, you'll be able to sleep at night knowing that you've protected your family. Not only have I tasted and tested, I own it. Now you can too. Just click on the Numana banner on JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code Jimmy when you order. In addition to a discount, we'll send you an autographed Fade to Black t-shirt. Seriously. Go Beckley Tappy.
Do you worry a lot? Whether you're a college student, busy professional, parent, or grandparent, ongoing stress and elevated levels of the stress hormone cortisol can rob your memory, your health, and your future. Now you can combat the effects of stress and anxiety while improving your memory and recall at the same time with the dietary supplement Calm and Clever. Studies show that the ingredients in Calm and Clever reduce cortisol by as much as 30% in 1 to 2 weeks. Call 1-800-758-8746 or calmandclever.com.
You listen to us, and we listen to you. And so does the CIA. KGRAradio.com.
Hi, folks. CBD is the home run hitter for health right now. Why, you ask? Because of what it does for the body. Unfortunately, I can't tell you all about the benefit. You know, there's reasons. Do your due diligence and log on to ancientlifeoil.com. That's ancientlifeoil.com. Ancient Life Oil uses organic ingredients and is blended in coconut oil for some of the best benefits. Legal in 50 states and non-psychoactive. Log on to ancientlifeoil.com. That's ancientlifeoil.com.
You are listening to Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Network.
Oi, oi, I'm Reese Evans. You're listening to Jimmy Church. This is Revolution. The revolution will not be televised. The revolution is on radio. Ciao.
Hello,
Look at everybody on the Fade to Black Fadernight page. Hello to everybody here. This is just crazy. Bismarck, North Dakota. That's cool. Iowa. Wow. I mean, that's humbling. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? Thursday night, Fadernight.
Hey, it's Wally, Philadelphia.
Hey, Wally in Philadelphia. How are you?
Okay. I'm glad I didn't have to follow the Jesus is crap guy.
Well, let me just say this really quick. And Wally, you called me, so it's your platform. Yeah. But for anybody out there, you do your own thing. It doesn't matter to me. It doesn't matter if you like cheeseburgers or hot dogs. If you're a vegetarian, you like dogs, cats, Coke, Pepsi. None of that matters. You're religious, what's your sexual affinity. None of that matters to me. That's what's beautiful about this planet. What is alarming to me sometimes, and for this audience, is when somebody says, "Hey, you know what? It's my way or the highway." Which is exactly what I was talking about in my little rant that I posted today, on Onstellar, which is, we got to listen to everybody. That's it. That's just, open your ears and listen. And that show, that Jesus Christ show, that was an amazing show. And it was a lot of fun. And I'm not overly religious or anything, but you know what? You get a chance to sit down and talk to Jesus and start asking questions. I want to know some things because I don't understand the Bible, and we all have our questions. So it was an opportunity for me to get on there and ask questions. I loved it. I didn't go out the next day and get baptized a second time, right? I didn't see the light, or it's not about that. It's just about learning, and I learned. Okay, back to you, Wally.
No judgment. I try every day not to judge anybody because I don't want to be judged myself.
That's right, man.
But you know what? I got my things too. So, no, I was actually trying to make light of it because it was pretty intense. I just started listening just when he was, you guys were talking about it. But I know you got a lot of callers, but nice to talk to you. Art Bell, man, I started listening in 1995, and every time he would add a radio station, affiliate, just all the way along, it really does, for the first time, feel like I lost a member of my family.
Yeah.
That's just exactly how I can put it. I've never met him in person, but, many a nights I listened to him, fell asleep to listening to his voice, and and thinking about the things he brought up and the subjects he talked about.
What was your? I really appreciate that, and I'm glad that you brought it up. What was your favorite Art Bell moment?
I was afraid you were going to ask me that because you asked somebody that the other day. You know what? The guy who sent Art the map of the buried Bigfoot in Texas.
Oh, that was a great show. Yeah, that was a great show.
I mean, true or false, whatever it was. There was many. If I had to sit down and write out a dozen, I probably could, but that's the first one that comes to mind because it was so intense, such an intense moment. But I just wanted to say something about Art Bell because I was caught off guard, just like everybody else, surprised. Thought just one of those things, like an uncle you thought would never pass away. But one of the things I called about, and it's only because it came up last week, Mr. Rappaport brought it up, and because this show is a little bit about conspiracies, right? Mm-hmm. This opioid crisis thing, this is not going to be popular, what I say, but it's not good when somebody dies from a drug overdose, but in any given year, more people die of the flu than on an opioid overdose. Now, that does not mean I support anything, illicit drugs or prescription drugs or abuse or anything like that. It's just my 2 cents. So, I know that maybe there'll be some comments on that, but
yeah,
I think it's a scare thing. If you go on the CDC website, I think it averages out to be about 14,000 people die a year since 1999. I don't have the stats in front of me. I did a little bit of research. George Knapp interviewed a Dr. Steven Ziegler. I don't know if you ever had a chance to catch that. You may want to listen to that doctor, PhD. But I just wanted to throw that out there because, they keep throwing this opioid crisis, and it's like, everything is opioid crisis. And, out east here, we've got Governor Christie of New Jersey, and he's on TV and, bringing high school kids together and doing all this stuff. And listen, I know it's important. It's bad. Somebody's child dies of something like this. It's bad. Nothing like this is ever good.
Well, but I'm looking at causes of death, right? The biggest causes of death. Number 1, heart disease.
Yep.
And number 2, cancer. And then it drops way down to chronic lower respiratory diseases, stroke, unintentional injuries. That's probably car accidents and stuff, I would think, falling or whatever. Alzheimer's disease, diabetes.
Alzheimer's. How about Alzheimer's, And diabetes,
I don't know what nephrosis is. What is nephritis?
Nephrology has to do with kidneys, doesn't it?
Okay, so that's nephritis. Influenza and pneumonia, way down on the list, and suicide is way down, and that's okay. So this is the number in deaths per thousands. So let's see here. I've got another chart here.
There's 340 million people in the United States. Keep that in mind. 340 million people. So just keep that number in mind. But go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. No. I'm just looking at these different stats. Okay. I'm looking. I want to see gun deaths. Okay. Oh man, I've got every chart here known to man. But
you can drive yourself crazy looking at all this.
Yeah.
And National Institutes of Health websites. I went on a few. I looked around. I just think it's a fear thing. I think it's a crisis thing, and just stop trying to scare us.
Okay. Now, here I've got. Okay, so then the further these numbers, tobacco, poor diet, alcohol consumption, microbial agents, toxic agents from pollutants and asbestos, motor vehicles. Okay, here's firearms. And, okay, so down at the bottom of the list, it's a pretty small number. I mean, it's still significant, but is opioid and illicit drug use. So that is way down. Okay, so number 1, heart disease, 2, cancer, 3, stroke, chronic lower respiratory, unintentional injuries, diabetes, pneumonia, Alzheimer's, kidney disease, then tobacco, poor diet, alcohol consumption, microbial agents, toxic agents, motor vehicles, firearms, sexual behavior. Sexual behavior is ahead of opioid and illicit drug use. Illicit drug use is the last number. It's pretty low.
Yeah, and I'm not trying to open up a can of worms, and I pray for folks out there, and it's one person, and especially when you mention suicide deaths, I mean, that's heartbreaking. Anybody out there that's even thinking about that, call somebody. There's people out there that love you. When I hear about suicides, that's heartbreaking, especially among the young people. But, one death is one too many, but they just keep pushing this opioid crisis stuff down our throat. And George Knapp did an interview. It's on YouTube. If you want to check it out.
Well, you know what? You know what is one of the other leading causes of death? And it's on another chart. Air pollution.
Wow.
Yeah, 1.6 million. That's a crazy chart.
That's going deep.
I'm on a page of charts here. Unintentional injuries went up last year. Unintentional. It's just. It's this.
So mix that with the sexual thing. Who knows what happened there?
Well, we're laughing about death, but
I know you're okay. I'm sorry.
No, I'm laughing. I'm laughing with you. I mean, what does that mean? Unintentional injuries. Yeah. Your wife pushed you down a flight of stairs. Is that I don't know. What does that mean? You slipped down a skateboard.
Hair dryer in the bathtub.
A hair dryer in the bathtub. Exactly.
Yeah. Toaster in the bathtub. Your wife knocks the toaster into the bathtub by accident.
Wally, thank you for the phone call, man. Great phone call.
Hey, quick, Jordan Peterson. You heard of him?
No, I don't think so.
Jordan Peterson? Okay. All right. Maybe you want to look him up. It's a PhD in Canada, causing a lot of controversy, having to do with free speech. But I guess my time's up, Jimmy. Thank you so much.
Are you talking about he's a clinical psychologist?
Yep, he's a clinical psychologist, and there's a free speech issue going on in Canada right now, and he's getting a lot of hits on YouTube because they're trying to change some laws up there, and it all has to do with free speech. So I won't go into the details, but his name is Jordan Peterson, Dr. Jordan Peterson. It's pretty interesting, some of the things he has to say and some of the things that are happening in Canada. But again. Thanks, Jimmy. Thanks for being there. Thanks for doing what you do. I enjoy listening to you, Jimmy.
Thank you, Wally. Behave and be well. We'll see you tomorrow night. You got it.
Take care. Bye.
Have a great weekend. Yeah, the city of brotherly love. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Deb from Sacramento.
Hi, Deb from Sacramento. How are you?
Hi. Good. Hey, I want to say two things really super quick because I know you got a lot of calls. If there are two Fadernights that are listening tonight, I hope they call in. One was, I think his name was Eric last night, and he had a story to tell about something that happened up at Mount Shasta involving a cat and a troll, if I heard him right.
Okay.
And so I hope he calls in and tells a story. I hope the other one that calls in was the tree lady, Liz.
Right.
I heard you talking to her, the one whose tree fell on her house, and she called you. The night you talked to her, boy, what a wonderful soul.
Yeah,
I
she's
would love
cool.
to be able to hear you talk to her again.
Yeah, she's real cool. So did you get on Onstellar?
Yes.
And?
Yes.
What do you think?
Well, it's amazing.
Isn't
it's
it
amazing.
cool?
I can't wait for it to launch. We're going to rule the school, Jimmy.
No, that's, you know what? That is a fact.
I know.
The beautiful thing about Onstellar, and this, I can't drive this home enough. Well, the beautiful thing about Onstellar is all of it. But the fact that there's no advertising here and that it's decentralized is a really, really, really big deal. But you know what? Every time there is a point, no matter what, that you need to change your clothes. Right? You're driving a Ferrari every day, and then, the Ferrari gets old. Facebook is getting old. I'm not saying Facebook is a Ferrari, but I'm saying no matter how cool something is, you're ready for something new. And
being on Onstellar was like walking on a planet with fresh air.
I know, and going through and seeing. I know that everybody that is here, first off, is here because they want to be here. Not that they have to be here, right? They don't have to be here. There are other choices, but they are here because they want to be here. And I'm poking around and watching these comments and how everybody is talking and hanging out and having a great time. It's not going to last forever, right? Somebody's going to pick a fight. But right now it's really, 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 really cool. And I'm really enjoying myself. So go and have some fun. Did you send me a friend request?
No, not yet.
Okay.
Not yet.
Well, go and do that, okay?
Okay, I will. Hey, last night you guys mentioned the Kardashians. And I used to watch them back in the day. They did one awesome episode where two of the girls in the family, Chloe and I forget the other, Kendall, the model, they're big E.T. believers. And they had an episode where Bruce took them to Area 51, and your friend Travis Walton was a guest star.
Yep, they took the tour bus.
Bruce, before he became Caitlyn, was really rude to Travis. And I'm wondering, did he ever talk to you about his filming that episode and his feeling about it? Because Bruce really disrespected him, and it made me really dislike Bruce Jenner after I saw that. I was like, that was really wrong.
I talked to Travis about that. We were eating breakfast. I remember that. We were eating breakfast. And I asked him, about that. I said, what was, and he said, they really, it was fun. I had a great time. They really, really are interested in the subject. There were, I think, and I don't want to put words in Travis's mouth, but I think he said that there were others around them that weren't into it like they were. I believe that's what he said, but he said it was a great experience, man, and they went straight out to Area 51, and he had a really good time. That's what he told me. Now, Travis is a really tall dude, and he's in shape. And as much as I respect Jenner, whatever his name is, or her name, what is it these days? Caitlyn?
Caitlyn.
No. I'm not supposed to make jokes about this, but damn, it's.
I know. Well, really I laughed for you.
Look. I used to. I did this with Rita when all of that those changes were going on. I go, Rita, you don't understand about Bruce Jenner, man, and what he meant to the United States, and the gold medals and. And I said, he was on the cover of a Wheaties box. And I used to pour that Wheaties out into my cereal bowl and eat it and look at Bruce Jenner on the, and that was Bruce. So I found on the internet, I don't think she fully got it until I showed her the Wheaties box. And I'm like, look. And we went through all these pictures of him at the Olympics and everything that he did back then, and what it meant, and we're looking at him on TV, on this big screen TV, and going back to the internet, and it was just a real eye opener. So to make jokes,
I'm never going to get. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
I don't mean to make jokes, but Travis Walton could kick his ass. So I don't know. I don't think Bruce was rude, but maybe he was. I don't know. I haven't talked to Travis, but my point is, I wouldn't want to make Travis is a really nice, mild-mannered, smart, intelligent guy, very cool, very humble. but he's a logger. He's a big guy. You know, he's tall, he's lanky. Those are the guys those are the guys you need to be scared of. I'm not scared of some big buff dude. I'm scared of those tall, wiry guys that used to chop down trees. Those are the guys you got to be scared of.
I'm glad Travis had a good time on that episode because, he's got a great heart. I'm glad to hear that.
Yeah,
Let you go, Jimmy, okay?
Thank you, Dad. Behave and be well.
Thank you too, Jimmy. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Jimmy, it's Scott.
Hey, Scott.
I got to talk to you, man. I'm kind of tripped out over here.
Why?
Jimmy, who creates souls? A god? A committee of super beings? A soul machine? A mad scientist? Procreation has produced a human being and a body. Then a soul is inserted. So you don't think there's a grand creator?
Yeah. We all wonder that, don't we? What do you think?
This is where I get lost with a lot of things. I totally believe that there is a grand creator. And I think that if you're a Buddhist, then you see Buddha. If you are a Christian, then you see Jesus. If you are Muslim, then you see Allah.
What if you?
And I don't think that anybody's going to take that away from you.
What if you're a little gray alien? Then what are you saying?
That's a great question. I don't know. Are they part of God's creations?
Well, now, see, you went from creator to God very quickly. So okay. I try to be a little more sensible when I think about these subjects. And so what I mean by that, this is just me, okay? I don't want to influence anybody. And I've certainly said this before, but I think that whatever is out there creating, okay, let's back up a step behind even that, behind the creator, which is anything out there like us, say us, forget the souls, forget everything, forget all of that. But if there was an original version of us, like 50 trillion years ago, not a billion, not 14 billion, the beginning of the universe. Let's go back. Let's go 50 trillion years, okay? And some obscure universe out there, and something happened, right? Something was created, something happened, and started to evolve. Then we would turn into some energy field thing. And there's going to be one, you wouldn't have now after 5 billion years of existence. Suddenly you're acquiring intelligence, and you're getting so smart, and you're creating things and creating your own DNA and planning stuff and creating civilizations and planets and things, right? Well, that just evolves and evolves and evolves and evolves over just trillions and forever. Like forever time, forever. So that, coming to where we are now, our little universe allegedly created 14 billion years ago. A blip on the radar of forever. Forever is a long time. So how long is forever, or 14 billion years on the scale of forever? Right? That's it. So when we stop and we take a look at us and the possibilities of what else is out there, is there a multiverse? There's an infinite verse. It just goes on forever. Forever. There isn't any limits here. It goes on forever. And so when we start to think about souls and how that is done, it's way beyond our grasp of reality and how we're trying to figure it out now. We don't understand, right? We don't understand it. We think that we do. Maybe somebody is communicating with us. Maybe we are channeling. Maybe there's, these light beings out there are coming back to us now, and we're able to connect, and we've evolved, and somehow we're trying to absorb this. The intelligence is way beyond us. It's so way beyond.
I just don't think man's ever going to ever get that answer. That's what just befuddles me.
Maybe in a billion years. I'm serious. We have to evolve.
Yeah, when we're gone. Yeah,
it's a way, way intellectual thing that is out there creating universes. So it's very elemental, very basic to call that a god. We don't. I just think that's it's just way too basic because we don't understand. I think that there's just somebody out there, there's something out there that has been around forever that is doing their own thing. And they've been doing it. When I say forever, I mean forever. And it's hard to wrap your head around that. It's hard to, what is forever?
Because humans have an end to something. There's always an ending. Forever can't last forever for us.
If we could ever figure out what causes our bodies to degrade, well, some of it, solar radiation and hanging out in the sun, and that degrades. Our bodies are constantly regenerating cells and things. What is causing our bodies to break down? I don't know if I'd want to live forever. It might get a little bit boring. But the soul itself, I don't see that as dying. It just doesn't make sense. Those atheists out there, or those out there that just when your body shuts off, you're done. It's over. There's nothing left. That to me just sounds way too simple. No, it doesn't go that way. It doesn't operate that way. And I've got too many.
I agree. I totally agree. I think that basically when your body dies, your soul does continue on. Now, your decision when you die, I think you're faced with a decision, a judgment that tells you which way you want to go. Do you want to continue with the circle of life till you learn your lessons in life, to learn to love, to learn to understand other people, to do that? Or are you going to go back around and try to learn it again? It's a very mystical conception.
Yeah, Scott, there is that. But taking things a very, very simple step further, and I think we're very close to this, and that is simply putting your mind on a chip, and that's it, and you could exist forever. I mean, if somebody came to you and said that we could, download you on this drive here, we've got a 10 terabyte drive, whatever it is, right? We can download you here. I think that's the way a lot of things exist. And you would be able to transfer yourself maybe from one biological body to another, but certainly into a robot or into a computer chip and living in an artificial reality, like in a video game, and existing that way forever and allowing that game. What if you could, if somebody just planted you in the game Uru Mist, and you were able to just hang out there forever, right? And I don't know.
Do you feel as though in your life that, if someone once told me this, that everything you're doing is being recorded? Right. Everything you say, everything you do, everything the good and the bad is being recorded, and it's going to be played back to you when you face judgment. What do you feel about that?
Well, face judgment with who? Who's going to judge me?
That's a great question.
I mean,
when you pass away.
I mean, who? Who's going to judge me?
I don't know.
I don't know either. It's a great question, but I mean, who's going to judge me? I don't know if it necessarily goes like that. But it's the great question. There are two questions that we have asked ourselves since we were able to think and communicate, or even before that. That is, what happens when you die? And are we alone in the universe? Those are the two fundamental questions. Those are the two. And we're getting closer and closer to both of those answers. I mean, those answers are hanging right in front of us. Well, I got to take a break here.
I'm sorry. I was just going to say, make something real quick. That call that called in before, can you afford to make that kind of mistake if there wasn't one?
Oh.
And I believe, I don't want to make that mistake.
Yeah, you're right about that, man. You probably already made 10.
Thank you so much for taking my call, Jimmy.
You got it, Scott. Behave and be well.
Thank you, sir. Bye-bye.
All right, this is Fade to Black. I am your host, Jimmy Church. If you're on hold, stay right there. This is Thursday night. It is Fadernight. Open lines all night long. Continue with your phone calls next. Stay with me.
Hi, everybody. This is Rob Halford, the Metal God, on JimmyChurchRadio.com.
This is KGRA Digital Broadcasting Station. Salt Lake City, Utah. Van Buren, Arkansas.
Okay, nurse, let's get this man to the ER stat.
Right away, doctor.
We see this every day. Heart attack or angina pain due to blocked and clogged arteries. Chelation can remove obstructions or blockages from arteries and help avoid painful and expensive surgery. Now there's Angioprim. It's a liquid oral chelation product that you take with juice. You start to feel the results fast. Angioprim increases blood flow all over the body, and that means more energy and strength to take on the day with less aches and pains. 60 years of research has gone into chelation, and Angioprim is the result. A safe and easy way to unblock your veins and arteries from buildup that slow circulation.
Paging Dr. Jones. Please report to the emergency room right away.
Log on now for a special radio offer from Angioprim. That's angioprim.com/radio. ANGIOPRIM. Angioprim.com/radio or call 877-882-7221. That's 877-882-7221.
So, you love talk radio? Then you'll love TalkStreamLive.com. TalkStream Live is always on, 24/7 with the best streaming talk shows. Find your favorite talkers and discover some new ones. It's free, readily available online or on the smartphone or tablet. Finding your favorite talk shows all in one place has gotten a whole lot easier. Just go to TalkStreamLive.com. Be sure to download the free apps from Google Play or the iTunes App Store.
Your contact for current news and trending topics. KGRARadio.com.
Hello, Fadernauts. This is Jimmy Church, and I'm introducing New Pharma, a company whose products are based on science. Human function based on the endocannabinoid system, or ECS. New Pharma firmly believes in this science, and their research indicates that support of the ECS provides the beneficial effects for a healthy lifestyle. New Pharma's science includes relief capsules for pain relief, sleep capsules, which are natural support for occasional sleeplessness. Foundation is support for your ECS, and Fit capsules support your active lifestyle. Just click on the banner at JimmyChurchRadio.com and use the promo code F2B for a 33% discount on all of their products. Or visit newpharma.com for all of the knowledge on the science. That's GNUpharma.com. Go Beckley Tappy. Did you know that when you're on the road with limited data or Wi-Fi available, you can still listen to every minute of Fade to Black by just calling 605-562-4482. No smartphone, app, or internet needed. It saves your data plan and no extra cost if you have unlimited minutes. Just call 605-562-4482. You can listen to me, Jimmy Church, on any phone, anytime, anywhere. Go Beckley Tappy.
You want to know a secret? I love ponies. I really love ponies. I'm serious. I couldn't stay sane without ponies to brush.
Why Fade to Black? Because you never got that pony, damn it.
This is Fade to Black with Jimmy Church on the Game Changer Radio Network and KGRA, the Global Radio Alliance.
Welcome back, Fade to Black. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Thursday night, Fader night. Oh, man, best night of the week. 323-825-5045 or 323-275-9695. So I go through open lines all night on Fader night on Thursday night. Then I head over to Coast to Coast. Open lines all night long tomorrow night. And it's like it never ends, or it never ended. I'm serious. I'm still in that zone when I arrive over at Premiere and kick that off. All right, let's get back to the phones. Heading over to the UK. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Good morning, Jimmy. It's Sarah.
Hi, Sarah. How are you?
I'm not too bad, thank you. And yourself?
It's Thursday night. Well, it's Friday morning for you, Sarah. But what's on your mind?
It is. It's 5 o'clock. Well, I've actually got a little somebody here that would like to speak to you.
Who's that?
That would be Mika.
Mika?
Yes, our son.
Let me speak to Mika. How do you spell Mika?
Mika.
Like it should be. All right, let me talk to Mika. How old is he? No, let me ask him.
He's 9.
Just stop.
Hang on
Sarah.
a second.
Okay.
Right, hang on. Hi, Jimmy.
Hi, Mika. How are you?
I'm good, you?
I'm fantastic. And so you've got your mom's permission to get up early and talk to me. That's pretty cool. She's pretty cool, isn't she?
Yes.
So, Mika.
Yes?
Do you believe in E.T.?
Yes, I do.
And have you ever seen a flying saucer?
Well, not in my life, no, but really, I do believe in them, though, because we're not the only life form on the planet.
You got that right. You got that right.
Mm.
What size T-shirt are you?
I'm 11 to 12 or 13 to 14.
What is that? Some crazy European size? Is that a Brexit size?
Extra small adult.
Extra small adults. Yeah. So, Mika, when you hear me and other guests on this show speak about these subjects, do you ever go and talk to your friends about it?
Yes, I do, and they all think I'm crazy.
Why is that?
Because they say there's not men in little flying saucers going around the earth, but there is.
Oh, wait a minute. They don't see. You know what's funny about that? When I hear stuff like that,
what's that?
They're scared, and this is the other thing. So they don't want to admit it, but this is the other thing. You are not the crazy one. If somebody out there thinks that we are all alone in this universe and on this planet, and that we're not being visited, that is crazy thinking. So always remember that. And if they want to think that way, they're going to change their mind. And this is the other thing. See, you believe that we're not alone, Mika. But you haven't seen a flying saucer yet, right? Okay, that's fine. You will.
No.
You will. Don't worry about it. But it's those kids, the crazy ones, right? They're the ones that are going to see the flying saucer first. You know what I mean? And you're going to be able to go, see, I told you. And they're going to want to know everything that you know. They're going to be asking you questions.
Yeah, and also Daddy's got a broadcasting station that I've been on there once. And also I started up a UFO club at school.
You started a UFO club at school?
Yep.
And how many people do you have in the club?
About 5 or 6 at the moment.
Oh, that is crazy. Okay, you know what? I'm going to work out a deal with you. I'm going to make you the coolest kid in school. Okay?
Yep.
Are you listening to me?
Yep.
I want the names and the shirt sizes of all of the kids in the class. Or baseball hats. What would you rather have? What would make you look cooler? Giving everybody an autographed Fade to Black hat or an autographed Fade to Black shirt? And I'll put their names on all of them for you.
I think an autographed T-shirt, please.
Okay, all right. And so you need 5, right? Plus 1 for you. So that's 6?
Well, I'm not sure if it's 3 or 4 or 5, but it's round about there.
Okay, all right. And I'm going to hook you up. Okay, I'm going to hook you up, and you'll be able to tell all of those kids about Fade to Black, that you hung out with me on this show. You're going to get them their very own T-shirts for your UFO club. Deal?
Yep.
Okay.
Deal.
Now, you got to hold up your end of the bargain, though. Okay, so you got to make sure that you send me that email and your address, and I just need. Is everybody like a small?
Some are like small and some are like a middle.
Some are like a middle. All right. Okay, Mika, I want to thank you. This has just been a great call, but I want to know this. You live in Dover. So do you hang out with the Fisher dudes? Do you go down and eat, all the good Dover sole, fish and chips?
Yes, I do.
I know, it's amazing, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got two really cool parents, and you're welcome. You can tell your mom that I said it was okay. You can call me anytime, okay?
Okay.
Thank you so much, Mika. Now, you've got work to do, so now go take care of it, okay? I need those shirt sizes, and I'll send you a hat too. I'll throw that in.
Right, okay.
Mika, behave.
Thank you.
Thank you so much for taking the time. You got it.
Bye-bye.
Bye. So, is that it? Sarah, are you coming back?
Yeah, he's just passed me the phone back.
Okay, there you go. What a great son you've got there.
Thank you.
Well, we're in safe hands. It appears that we're in safe hands. We're not going to be around forever.
With someone like him, yes, absolutely.
I love it. I love it. When Rita and I go out and to different conferences and opportunities to hang out with parents and their kids, and I have them come up to me with this knowledge, and it just it's the best thing ever. And I've done it every opportunity I get. I just want to ask them questions. I want to know where their head is at, and it's just great. Mika is amazing. So enjoy the rest of your night. I told him to get me all of that stuff together and get it to me, and I'll send the package out for the school. Okay.
Okay, that's great. Thanks, Jimmy. I'll sort that out. He can help me with that.
You got it, Sarah. Behave and be well. Enjoy the rest of your day.
And you.
Thank
Take
you,
care.
Sarah. You got it. Sarah from the UK and Mika. How cool, man. Does it, I gotta just say, does it get cooler than that phone call? And the answer is no, it does not. Let's go to area code 760. You're up next on Fade to Black. I almost said Coast to Coast. You're up next on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. Yes, you're live.
Hi, Jimmy. This is Cole from Encinitas, California.
Okay, you need to speak up, man. I barely got you here.
Hey, Jimmy.
Oh, my goodness. You gave me a heart attack.
Yeah, I'm sorry, man. I'm Cole from Encinitas, California. How you doing?
Hi, Cole from Encinitas, California. How are you?
I'm great. How about yourself?
I'm doing good. So, Encinitas, man, you're in the hot spot of the UFO world these days.
Jimmy, I have a story for you about that. But yeah, so Encinitas, for everybody that doesn't know, is in the North County of San Diego. It's a beautiful area filled with lagoons. It's right on the beach, and there are some supernatural things that happen here.
Yes, there are a lot. And it's also home of Tom DeLonge, so you got to throw that in.
You're right. Tom DeLonge, Tony Hawk grew up.
Yep, Tony Hawk. Yep, that's right. That's right.
John White, too. There's a lot of skateboarders and surfers, and Encinitas is a very interesting area.
Who was the skateboarder that killed his girlfriend? What was his name? In the 80s. He's still in prison. Oh, man. He was always on MTV. Oh, man.
No, I have no idea what you're talking about. Another interesting thing about Encinitas, and actually you would know this, is that the house that I grew up, my mom still lives there. I can see from my mom's backyard the house that the Heaven's Gate.
Oh, no way. Rancho Mirage. Yes.
No, Rancho Santa Fe.
Yeah, Rancho Santa Fe. Rancho Mirage. Rancho Santa Fe. Yes. So who lives in that house now?
Jimmy, every time I go to my mom's house, I just came back from dinner, and I was driving. I was like, I wonder who lives there now.
Oh, his name was Gator, Mark Anthony Gator. He was the skateboarder that killed his girlfriend. Somebody just sent me Mark Rogowski, and somebody just sent me an email. How quick is that, right? The Fadernauts.
I know the Fadernauts are. Yeah, I know. So, and this guy was from Encinitas as well, or?
Yeah, well, he was born in New York, but he lived down there. He was really good friends with Tony Hawk. And Escondido, California, right here. And he was good friends with Hawk, and they used to hang out, and they built all those skateboard ramps together. And but anyway, enough of that. We can move on. So the Heaven's Gate thing, you don't know who lives there? Would anybody live there? Why wouldn't they just tear the house down?
I know for a fact that they did not tear the house down. So somebody this is just my opinion, either somebody with some dark, they want the house for a reason that's for the reason why it has darkness around in the first place. That's just something that I guess kind of intuited, or somebody has no idea what happened there and they bought the house,
You always hear that. Shouldn't they disclose on the MLS if somebody died in the house? Well, that's one thing. But how about 28 people committing suicide? I would think, I would think that the house was like this. It was a mansion, too.
Oh, it's a complete mansion. That's what I'm saying. Like, it's a complete mansion. It has a beautiful overview of this. It's called the Olivenhain Valley. And the Olivenhain Valley, Olivenhain is a German name. And back in like the early 1900s and the late 1800s, there was a lot of like magical, like, witches, quote unquote, like good, I'm sure there's bad people, negative and positive, but there's a lot of magic going on in this valley. And so you got the Heaven's Gate thing that happened there. I have this story of what happened to me.
What happened?
And my friend.
What happened? When was it?
Okay. So this is a story that spans years, and I'll tell it concisely, but it's something that it was so interesting that how it happened that my mind didn't exactly address it for a long time in my life. So I was born and raised here in Encinitas. Like I said, my mom still lives in the same house that I grew up in. And here, going into high school, we heard about it in middle school too, but there was this, it was like a myth that out in the forest, so like 5 to 10 minutes outside of Olivenhain in Encinitas, there's this forest, and it's called Elfin Forest. And there was this myth that in the middle of the forest, there was a insane asylum that was abandoned, and nobody can find it. And
now, what year was this, Cole? What year was this?
I was like a freshman in high school, so I graduated in 2006. So this was like 2002 that I'm hearing this stuff.
Okay, got it.
Initially.
Got it.
So I get into high school, I'm hearing this, and I'm just like spiritually inclined. Like I'll get more into the story, but at this time I was a sophomore in high school, and me and my friends, I was like, we're gonna find this place. Like, we're going in your car. Me and my 5 friends would go in the middle of the forest on weekends, and and try to find this quote unquote insane asylum.
Man, I'm down. I'm down with this. Okay, so please continue. This is really cool.
Jimmy, I've always wanted to call in to tell this story. I literally got home from dinner. I called in and I got through and I was like, whoa. So anyways, we would literally be in the middle of this forest that, at that time, like me and my friends did not have any spirit. We didn't talk about anything spiritual. We were high school kids in 2004, drinking beers and smoking, ganja, in the forest. But we would feel like spiritual stuff going on. We're like, there is stuff going on around us. And so, but we'd keep going out there looking for this insane asylum. 2 months, we'd go out there every weekend for 2 months, and we hadn't found it. And this one night, it was at the end of the night, and it was about 1 a.m. We took this other turn we'd never taken before, and we come up on a gate that says Quest Haven on it.
Shut up.
Yeah. Yeah, so we come up on this gate that says Quest Haven, and we're like, we're here. Our lights are shining on the gate that says Quest Haven. It's an iron gate in the middle of the forest.
Quest or Crest?
Quest.
With a Q.
Quest, like Questhaven.
Got it.
Quest Haven.
Got it.
Like it's a quest. It's like
Johnny
like
Quest.
Haven.
Yeah, like Johnny Quest.
It's like yeah, and it's like a haven that you found after your quest.
Oh, man, this is
so.
Cool.
So we're shining our lights on the gate, and we're like, okay, we're here. How do we get in? And I swear to you, a man that was about 70 in a robe, a weird robe with a hood on, came from behind the gate, looked at us, didn't say a word to us, looked at me and my 5 friends in the car, opened the gate, and we're in the car just like, what in the hell? Like, we're gonna go in. So we go in, and we drive inside, and I remember I was like, this does not look like an insane asylum at all. And my friends are like, yeah, this is weird. So we left. We left that night. We went home, like, just didn't talk about it. Flash forward 5 years. I graduate college, and my brother comes home, and he said, I met this really weird guy in the sauna, and he lives in this place called Quest Haven. And I said, what? And so I said, I need you to take me to this place. And so my brother takes me to this place. It's the same place. This is 5 years later. So it's like clicking to me in my head, like, there was never an insane asylum here. This is actually like this community of people.
Right.
And so I get there, and I get out of the car, and like my body just gets like pure vibes of the highest vibrational. Like it was like a vortex. It felt like a vortex. This was after I graduated college. 5 years later, I had a really gnarly spiritual awakening. So I like understood a lot more. So we get to meet the people that actually like run this community. It's a small community, and it was founded by a Christian mystic in the early 1900s that was literally like completely clairvoyant, like started this community there because it was the highest vibrational vortex that like she felt. And it's actually on the same ley line as the Swami's Center in Encinitas. So anyways, we got to know them, and I was talking to the wife one day, and I said, hey, who is your gatekeeper? Like, I was here like 5 years ago with 5 of my friends, and we had been drinking, like, not the guy was driving, but like, we're drinking, and we came up to the gate here, and somebody let us in the gate after midnight. He was this old guy with a hood. and she looked at me. She looked at me and she said, we've never had a gatekeeper before here. And I've been here for 30 years.
I'm looking at it here. I'm looking at Quest Haven, and it is just like you describe it. It's got a gate down at the bottom of the road. It's got its own road that goes up the hill to the community. It is completely isolated. It's back in this valley behind, and there it is, the Elf Woods. Everything is here, just like you described it, right? It's called the Elfin Forest Recreational Reserve. It's right here. Now, and so you come up on Quest Haven. It's got its own road, its own access point, only one way in, one way out. The houses, some of these are really nice. I mean, there's one house here on the edge of the hill. It's pretty palatial.
Oh,
but in the back here, they've got it looks like a church.
Jimmy. So
it's big.
The church there. When my brother took me there initially. And I realized kind of what was happening. There's this church there, and it's not a big church, but you walk in, there's a 13-foot statue of Jesus carved out of wood. Like, I'm not a religious person at all, but I go in this church, and I'm just like, this is, like, holy. Like, there's, like, serious holy vibes going on here. And so I'm, like, and that's my whole point. Like, this place is, like, so somebody started this rumor that there was a insane asylum there, and I think it was because like these people are so highly spiritual. This is kind of an aside. This is one of like the second time my brother took me there.
Right.
We went into this other people's house. I walk into their house. There's a picture on the wall, and it is it looks obviously like an alien. I said, "What is this picture of?" And she goes, "That's a Venusian."
No.
And I said, "What?" And she goes, that's somebody from Venus. That's a Venusian." And I was like, I didn't think that was weird because I had this girlfriend before that her and I had these gnarly spiritual experiences, and like she was basically from Venus. And when I saw that picture in the person's house, I was like, in my mind, I was like, oh, that looks like Lindsay. Like, and so I knew what a Venusian already looked like before she was like, oh, so it wasn't like when she told me that I wasn't completely floored, because at that point I actually understood somewhat deep spiritual stuff, and I had my mind blown multiple times before. But moral of the story is, the most important part of this is that, in my opinion, this is what happened. That's a vortex. A higher dimensional being was able to actually materialize so that 5 kids saw him like it was a physical person. He opened the gate for us, and he closed. So he was actually able to open an iron gate. So
now I'm looking at this. Now, are you suggesting, Cole, that there's an alien connection to Quest Haven? Do you think that was the only house with a picture of an alien in it, or would it be there's how many homes here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, plus the 1, 2, 3 big ones. They have their own water treatment plant. I see that is just totally bizarre. That's and it's completely isolated all by itself. There's only one road in, And it's called Quest Haven Road, by the way. that's
yeah.
But it's
and so I just actually as we're talking before we continue, like, to everybody that's listening, like, please be very respectful. If anybody's like in Encinitas and wants to like drive by that area, it's beautiful, but like, be very respectful of this, because my whole point is, like, they are such amazing people that are so deeply spiritual. And to answer your question, Jimmy, like, everybody that lives in that community, all those 11 houses, like, you know, they don't all have pictures of, I guess to answer your question specifically, like, I wouldn't exactly say alien, although I would say it has a higher dimensional aspects to it, that a lot of aliens are higher dimensional. You know, some aliens.
Where's this money coming from? I mean, some of these houses are ridiculous.
Jimmy, when I was growing up, it's so much of a secret that people had to say it was an insane asylum. Like, I cracked the whole myth. Like, and my friends, this is the funniest part about it. So I started, like, actually, after all this happened, I started a company, two companies, and I got so, and it's like engineering, so I got so encapsulated in that. I didn't think about this for a while, and then I finally got I got a little more free, and I started thinking about it, put it together, and so I texted two of my friends that were in the car, that one was sober and driving, and the other one is they're not spiritually inclined. Like, they are not that way.
Right.
And so I texted them, and I was like, hey, do you guys remember when we found Quest Haven and that guy let us in the gate? They both go, yeah, that's really weird. Like, that was weird. And then I go, I met the people that actually own that place, and they said they never had a gatekeeper before, and neither of them texted me back.
One of these houses right in the middle, right in front of the church, has got a maze.
Oh, dude, it's. Oh, dude, I've walked that.
You know what I'm talking about, right? It's big too.
Yeah, dude. It overlooks. It's so incredibly beautiful there. I can't even. I'm gonna get married there, and like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, the maze is right on the top of the hill. I bet you that is a pretty amazing view.
It is.
It looks like there was another maze right next to it, and they moved it over. But nonetheless, wow! So there's a maze here, and you can see it perfectly in Google.
You're just looking at Google Earth right now on it.
Yeah, man, it's all here, man. I'm telling you, I'm looking at all the homes. And again, it's pretty interesting how isolated it is. You look at the rest of the communities around here, and Quest Haven is in the middle of these mountains, in the valley of these mountains, all by itself. And it's nice. It's nice, but they don't want to be.
Nice. The houses are very nice. There's no type of, like, I'll use the word. It's not a cult. It's not a cult. They're not like in little shacks. These are nice houses, like mansion type houses with views that are amazing.
Yeah. I see that.
And I don't know where the money's coming from. I don't know I don't know, but
looks like they make. Looks like they make their own wine too. I see some vineyards action going on.
Do they?
Yeah.
Great.
Yeah, this is pretty. So, but the ET part of it, I find that interesting. I mean, obviously, I find that interesting, and anybody would. But what do you think is going on? First,
this is what I think. This is why I personally feel that in a past life, I was one of the people that was part of its founding, or I settled there, because there's no reason why I put this all together. There was a reason why that gatekeeper let me in that gate, and it's because there was something in my energy field that was pure to that vortex. And, because nobody else in the car, my brother, who wasn't in the car, but who took me there later, he goes to me, he says, "Oh, you're probably at a different gate." Like, he does not believe me at all. And my brother's like pretty spiritual, but like, it was literally by far, I've had a couple out of body experiences that I guess are on the same level, where you really just can't explain what you see, because you're seeing like other beings from higher dimensions, and you're just,
right.
But this one was weird because I was physically there in 3D. And so I guess the whole point is like, where Stonehenge is, these henges and, pyramids, all of those places are built on high vortice areas that cause basically like hyperdimensional rifts where like the dimensions bleed through. So,
dude, I have the gate here. I'm going to post a picture of it. It is crazy. Quest,
dude.
Quest Haven. I've got to do this. I've got to post this. I just have to. Everybody's wondering what we're talking about. But what I find interesting is that the need to get this myth going, right? This urban legend that continued over time, right?
And it very well could be still going. That's the whole thing. And I had any type of highly spiritual group or community in these days, or in the past 1,000 years or 2,000 years, they stay completely secretive. Like the ones that are like highly spiritual, like there's different levels of like there's different levels of consciousness and spirituality, and the ones that are the very high levels, where they're very, very connected with the earth and the spirits that are around the earth and in higher dimensions around the earth. Those are the ones that need to be in this world secluded in a way. Not completely secluded, but there's the vibration there is so high, and these places are so high, and it just needs to be respected as such. And I think that we're in a place now in the world where, I believe everything happens for a reason. So I believe that right now I'm saying this, on your radio show, because these places need to just be respected for the sacred places that they are. What? And they were used for very important stuff. Like, there's very important technology that can be placed in these spaces that will heal, will bring you like as deep within yourself as possible, and they just need to be respected. So,
this is what a thank you, Cole. What a fantastic story. And as I look at these pictures of the gates, these are not electronic gates. Somebody had to come up and open this. That's it.
Yes, yeah.
They're
not electronic.
No, they're not.
Thank you for pointing that out, Jimmy. And that's what Jimmy, I came across your show like 3 years ago now, and I was like, I was listening to Coast to Coast, and I was like, this guy, his voice is just out of control. He asks the best questions I've ever heard. And so I started listening to Fade to Black, and it blew my mind. And even more than that, like, it makes me happy, like, listening to you every night, and I appreciate it. And I could tell like you're a really good person and a highly spiritual person, and you're really making a difference in the world. So I appreciate it. I don't want to take up much of your time. I know you got to get off in like 20 minutes here, but you're a great man, Jimmy, and I appreciate it. And I hope to meet you sometime at one of these gatherings.
Yeah, come on up, man. Come on up and say hello. And do me a favor, Cole. This is one of those conversations. Write Rita at jimmychurchradio.com, and send her your address and shirt size, and we'll send something down to San Diego for you.
Oh, dude, can I get a hat too?
Is that how it is? You think it was that
dude,
good of a story? I don't know if it was that good. Of course, I'll send you a hat.
Can I exchange the hat? Can I exchange the shirt for the hat?
If that's what you want, okay? But I can't do anything unless you write Rita, okay?
No, I will. I appreciate it, Jimmy, and thank you, Rita, and Fadernight. You guys are awesome, and let's continue to make the world a lighter place.
Have a great night, Cole. Behave and be well, my friend.
I will. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you. Great phone call right there. Thank you, Cole. And, man, I blew past a commercial break. Man, I've got calls on hold. What do I do? Do I blow through the commercials or do I stay on the phones? What do I do? All right, I'm going to stay on the phones. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling? You're live. 3, 2, 1. Somebody's been on hold way too long, and I apologize. Area code 707. Oh, man. All right, I'll go back to this other phone line. Hi, you're live on Fade to Black. Who's calling?
Hey, it's Sarah Ann from La Costa.
Oh, right down the street from Quest Haven.
Yep. I wanted to call because actually, I need to know and connect with Cole, but I actually organize retreats and excursions to Quest Haven.
You do?
I do, yeah.
Now, how? Oh, man, this is crazy. This is nuts. Okay, wait a minute now. What was your name again?
Sarah Ann, and I actually called last week, and we were talking about how energized
we were talking about La Costa. Yes, I remember, right? Sarah. Okay. So, wait a minute now. What's going on? Okay. You can't say any. Obviously, it looks like a very nice, very peaceful place, but it is certainly isolated, isn't it?
Yeah, it is. There's a reason for that.
And what's the reason?
Well, I mean, it's a highly protected, sacred piece of land. I mean, there's UFO landings, and I think that they take off from there. And all I know is that I had the same. And I think it's okay that we're talking about this publicly right now. But like Cole said, we really have to respect the area.
Yes.
But I've had crazy experiences, just like he did.
It sounded like
but all I have to
UFO just took off in the background there. So, okay, I'm looking at the gates here for Quest Haven, and crazy Quest Haven, UFOs, Venetians. Is that what's going on?
Well, I was posting on Twitter. What it is it was founded by a mystical Christian named Flower Newhouse. And just like Cole, when I first went on the property, I had this experience where I was like, I used to live here. I think that there's a lineage of folks who are somehow connected to the Christ avatar that rebuilt this place. And my sense is that ascended masters come through and work with all the people that step onto the property. And it's a church. That's the thing, is that people are living there, but they're on staff there. It's a retreat center. It's a church. You go there for Sunday services. Mm-hmm. You go there and you utilize the labyrinth in order to, connect with your soul and get answers to questions. But they do, like Reiki trainings there. It's a Christian piece of property, but there's a library where you can learn about all different spiritual paths. So it's a bona fide, piece of I guess, religious property. It's a church property. But those cottages that you see there are for rent. You can go there and stay overnight and have, vision quests and stuff.
I'm looking at, there are a few different, you can't just drive on the property. I'm looking here, there are a few sets of, what was that?
I don't know.
That was crazy. Are you at a truck stop?
No, I'm walking on the golf resort here. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
See, the NSA is listening to us. It's either the NSA or God said, "Okay, church, you've had enough of this talk tonight, and it's time to pass some judgment." But I'm looking here. I followed the road all the way up, and I went through 2 sets of gates. There's another one here right before the big Quest Haven main gate. And that's they don't want to be bothered, which is okay.
No, it's protected, and people don't bother. The center. It seems to be very respected.
What is that?
I don't know. You're freaking me out now. I'm in the middle of nowhere.
Do you guys? That sounded like a truck horn. What? What? Okay, now you're messing with me.
Oh, I think that's just my phone. I'm getting a text message.
Oh.
God, Jimmy, don't do that.
Man, that's loud. That's loud. So you have a truck horn for your text messages. Okay, I get you. So
I'm sorry.
I'm glad it's that and not the NSA. But okay, so what's the deal though with the people from Venus paintings? Okay, all right, Sarah Ann, you got to turn that off.
I'm putting it on silent. I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's really loud. But what's up with the pictures from Venus?
I don't know about that. I don't really know what he's referring to with the images from Venus. I know that there's beautiful art in the church. I know exactly what he's talking about with the sculpture of Christ, and there's some beautiful images of Christ that are very activating. And again, I'm not like a traditional Christian, but there's definitely like some Christ consciousness coming through in that place.
Right. The
Venusians?
Well,
I can dig that though.
Yeah, you said that UFOs take off and land from up there. I mean, I heard you say that. And what's up with the maze?
So that's a labyrinth.
Yeah, the labyrinth.
Yeah, so you go there, and that's right outside of the chapel. And my spiritual teacher taught me, and we take people there to do this, but you ask a question to your soul or to your guidance that you want answered, and then you go through the labyrinth, and eventually you get to the middle, which would represent 0 point, and then you come back out like unwinding. And the whole idea is that when you go in this kind of circuitous path, you sort of replicate the process of creation, like, a galaxy or a spiral, and that's how you get to the answer. It's a really fun way to get your questions answered because, you get to the middle, and oftentimes you have a lot of clarity just by doing that physical process.
But let's get back. Okay, it's a beautiful maze, by the way. But I want to get back to this. What do you mean, these craft take off and land from up here? What have you seen?
Well, like I said, I see a lot of things around in this area. I saw a very big ethereal craft take off when I like to go out there and look at meteor showers and things like that. And the next day I went to the area and I saw actually a patch in the ground that looked like there had been a big craft. When I say big, probably I don't know, like sizes, like 30 feet in diameter. Mm-hmm. There was like a patch in the ground, kind of like, crop circle leaf marks.
And?
That's all I have to report. I just saw it, and I went there the next day, and there was that space. And if you talk to the staff about it, they don't really say anything. They're just like, but it's only open until about 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then they close the gate, and you can't get in, but people are always sneaking in.
What do you mean, crop circle marks? I mean, what does that even mean?
I'm sorry, like, if you have grass that's raised, it's like as if somebody just took a lawnmower and, created a circle where something would have landed. Like a big circular patch.
Wow. And
oh yeah.
The thing is, up here or down there, but up, where this area is, it is a spiritual area. There's no question about that, and it's got a long history of different societies that have lived there, right? Spanish and Indians and so forth, but. There has been so many sightings of different things. There has been triangle craft. There's been flying saucers. One of the most incredible cigar-shaped mothership craft sightings of all time was down there in Escondido and Encinitas, where other ships, little tiny scout ships, were coming out from the back of it. And that happened right there between the Pacific and Encinitas. And then we have all of the orbs and the plasma and the lights and the things that have been seeing coming and going from the mountains. This has been going on for a long time. You're not the first or the last person to talk about these kinds of sightings. My question is, with a name like Quest and Haven, unique name for the property. And the way that it is, and it's isolated, that maybe and why would somebody that was Christian, which is fine, what I'm saying is, wouldn't that be a direct conflict from your Christian beliefs at a retreat center up there with a church on it to have a painting of somebody from Venus in your home?
So I understand. Yeah, I believe that he's referring to Sanat Kumara, and that would have been one of the ascended masters associated with that planetary body, I think. But that's the essence of Quest Haven. It's not real rigid in the Christian path. It kind of embraces all of the different ascended masters. So that makes sense to me. And honestly, I think it's a Christian kind of church, because that's relatable here in Southern California. It's very safe. But there's a lot of, fringe stuff going on there for sure. You'd love it, Jimmy. We should do a retreat there.
I'm ready to go down there and hang out with you and Cole.
Right?
Well, I would like to check out, I would definitely like to check out this property, and it does look very unique. And again, when you look at this, there's no question about it that it's completely surrounded by mountains. It's completely surrounded. There's only one road in, one road out, and they're doing their own thing. Who lives in these big homes here? There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 homes right outside of the gate, right in front of the gate, on the other side of the gate. It's gate protect, but these are not small. These are big houses.
Well, I don't know about the houses outside of the property, but they're obviously, they must be folks that are supporting the property. But within the property, there are a lot of bigger buildings, and they are libraries.
Yeah, one is a school or a hall. Yeah, you can see that. It's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like 10 air conditioners on the top of it. That is some kind of library or instruction center. But right here, there's 1, 2, 3, 4. This one house is really nice. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 pretty dang big mansions. Very nice.
Then they must be homes of those that are supporting, from a monetary standpoint. And I don't think there's anything, shady. It doesn't feel shady.
No,
Again,
not at all. No, I'm not suggesting that at all. What I'm saying is it looks like it's outside of the property. Then you zoom out and you can see it. They're all together. It's all part of Quest Haven in the middle of this pocket in this valley, in this mountain. And then you zoom in and check it out. But wow, what a great story tonight.
It's a wealthy neighborhood.
Yeah, it looks like it. It looks like it. What a great, I've never heard of Quest Haven. What a great story. And to have you listening, too.
I have to connect with Cole.
Yeah, and to have you talking right after him and listening to the show, how cool is that? I mean, that's called synchronicity, Sarah Ann. Thank you so much. Did you go and join Onstellar?
Oh, I did. I'm very active, and I'm very impressed. You know, I'm a marketing person and a kind of a digital marketing. I'm not expert, but I know what I'm doing, and I'm very impressed. I'm very excited for what's being created, and just this year in general. What a great time to be alive.
Yeah, it is. It is, and the amount of work, you can talk about something like this and dream about it, and let's go and do this. But this actually did happen. It's real.
Yeah.
You know, and a social media platform is not easy. And the developers and everybody that is working, they're working right now. You know, they're getting these bugs worked out. But to go and explore and look at this, it's real, and it's going to be huge. It's already big, but it's going to be huge. And there you go. So did you send me a friend request?
I did. We are friends, my friend.
Oh, did I accept?
You did.
Oh, see, I'm a nice guy.
You are, and I see you active on there too. I'm stalking you, Jimmy.
No.
I'm not like
right.
another fan of yours.
Thank you.
I can see that you're working tirelessly, and I good on you.
Thank you so much, Sarah Ann. And I think maybe we can get down there and go and check out Quest Haven. I'm down for that. That's pretty cool. It's a great story, and I wouldn't mind going and taking a little tour and experiencing it for ourselves.
Sounds good. Let's plan on it.
Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow night on Coast to Coast.
Very good. Thanks, Jimmy.
Thank you, Sarah. What a coincidence that she was listening tonight when Cole called in and told us the story about Quest Haven. And I immediately wrote it down, and I wanted to go check this out and follow the road into the woods and see what and sure enough, it's exactly how he said. They kept going and going, and you would have had to, and especially back then, and to have it end at a set of gates that say Quest Haven on it. I'm fully down, man. What a great story. And there you go. Like you said, they don't want to be bothered. It's a religious place, and I can see all of that. It is in the middle of nowhere. What a great story. Thank you, Sarah Ann, for following up. She plans, she does her tours and retreats up there. I wouldn't mind to go and checking it out. They've got the labyrinth. Yeah, that's pretty cool. That's amazing. What a great show tonight. I enjoy Thursday night so much and Fader nights and hanging out with all of you. And again, thank you to everybody that tweeted and called in tonight. The open lines will continue all the way through to tomorrow night when I'm over at Coast to Coast. My guest will be James Gilliland, and then we'll carry on to open lines all night long. And then Saturday night over at Coast, my guests are Justin Deschamps and Yvonne Smith. So that's Saturday night on Coast. And then Monday over here on Fade to Black, we're going to kick off the week with Chance Gardner, Magical Egypt, Episode 5. I think it's releasing either today or tomorrow. And we're going to talk about all of that. We're going to get our sneak preview and then talk about what is featured in the next episode of Magical Egypt. So there you go. That's the next few days and what is going on around here. I'm going to roll this thing out. Fade to Black, Fader Night. Another one is in the books. Fade to Black's executive producer is Rita Camarian. Shows produced by Hilton J. Palm, Renee, Dennis, and Bob. Announcers are Steve Harder, Gene Vitoa, Mark D. Kovar. Webmaster Drew the Geek. Music Doug Aldrich. Intro Spaceboy, spaceboymusic.com. Fade to Black is produced by KJCR for the Game Changer Network, and syndication is KGRA, The Planet. It's broadcast owned and copyrighted 2018 by Fade to Black and the Game Changer Network. It cannot be rebroadcast, downloaded, copied, or used anywhere in the known universe without written permission from Fade to Black or the Game Changer Network. I'm your host, Jimmy Church. Follow me on Twitter at JChurchRadio. Get over to Onstellar. Onstellar.com. Get registered. Promo code, referral code, Jimmy. Get her going. Come hang out with us. Until tomorrow night on Coast to Coast AM, I want everybody to be safe. Go Beckley Tappy.